Okay, good evening. We're going to get started here in a minute. Thanks for joining us tonight. Ham Radio Happy Hour, last one of the year. Okay, here we go. Goodness, look at that. A lot of people in the chat. Hey, guys, thanks for joining us early. Appreciate everyone in the chat that was there before we actually went live. So, I'll transition over right there. Good evening to all. Happy Sunday. I hope everyone has some cool plans for the new year. I'm going to talk a little bit about that here in just a little bit once we bring everyone on. And if you are in the chat and you've ever been a part of my happy hour in the past, you are welcome to join via the same Zoom link we always use. Special shout out here to the folks in green text in the chat, my YouTube channel members. I saw Andy Cowley in there earlier. Mike, KI4MRC, James T, W5WNR Wayne. Wayne won one of those batteries a couple weekends ago. Ham Radio Wilderness with Frank. He's in the Zoom chat as well. Richard, K6RDJ is in there. Let's see who else. Scrolling down here. Prep Ham Paul, I see you in there. Vic is in there. Ed, AC3IK, good evening. How are you guys doing tonight? GFO Dale, KD9WXO, good evening. How are you? Appreciate you guys being here early, or being here on time. Lester, see you in there. Dark Side Overland, what's up, dude? I didn't know you were a channel member. Good seeing in there, Patrick. So, yeah, Ham Radio Happy Hour tonight. We're just going to talk about stuff. Now, real quick, and I had made this announcement on the Friday night thing with GigaParts. I made that. This was cool. I've got some After Effects to show you of the GigaParts spreadsheet, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to show that here in a minute. But before that, we're going to give away a Light Ranger 1200, the second one, and a Light Ranger 800 USB-C LED lantern tonight with tripod. Brand new in a box. I won these during some promotions they were doing for Black Friday. I have 2 of these already. I don't need 2 more. I thought, you know what? I'm going to give these away. So we're going to do that tonight. So if you're in the chat tonight, you are eligible to win. We're going to do a keyword entry here in just a little bit. So that's how that's going to go. And that is my coffee page, hamradiooverland.coffee. Will take you to that page there. And I'm going to be doing some new stuff with that in the new year starting. Oh, a friend of mine's on 160 meter FTA. That's cool. New stuff with that in the new year, so be watching for that upcoming. All right, so these guys are talking. They're being loud in my microphone. And I'm going to come back here. And I'm going to let all these guys in. And we're going to just jump into it. So, hey guys, y'all ready? Everybody ready? You sure you're ready? Okay. I'm going to make sure you're ready. I'm going to turn... you know what? There's too many... I'm going to hide self-view on that one because of that right there. Cool. What's up, everyone?
What is up?
Howdy.
Good evening.
Good after evening, noon.
Good evening.
Good evening. How's everyone? Where are you at, Steve? Did you make it to Arizona? Arizona?
Yeah, I'm in Arizona. I've actually been in Arizona for a couple of months now. I got here November 1st. And we're leaving the 19th to go to Quartzsite for Quartz Fest. So,
Quartzsite's in Arizona, so Quartzsite's in Arizona. So where are you exactly in Arizona right now?
I'm in Benson, Arizona.
Okay.
Like a little hole in the wall, no name town with a railroad that goes by. Frank.
Yep.
Ooh.
Hey.
Frank knows because he waves
Frank.
when the train goes by.
It
I
comes
do.
off of this line right here, actually.
Oh, well, okay. Good. I'm going to adjust that just a little bit.
You got both Franks on that one, Steve.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sure Steve is thrilled with that.
Well,
Frank, you riding the train?
So,
yeah. The big boy came through town about a month ago. We went to go see
I
that.
want to see that. I want to see that.
Oh,
someday.
it's awesome.
It
and
actually
they
came through
had
here
his
too.
train horn. They blew the train horn. Amazing.
I think I was in Texas when it came through Texas. I just didn't know that it was coming through Texas when I was there because I was not that far from it.
Well,
And Frank, diesels have horns. Steamers have whistles.
Yep.
Tomato.
Choo-choo.
You still felt it in your chest, and you're like,
Oh,
yes.
Absolutely.
I bet Frank grew up watching Thomas the Tank Engine, didn't you?
Yep.
Man, you can't trust those diesels.
That's right.
I don't know. That's a good question. All right, what's everybody drinking tonight? I've got something. So I told y'all the other night about the brewery beers that I ordered. This one's called Connor's Cobbler. It is a bourbon barrel-aged imperial stout, which means it's a little bit sweet for me. But it's with raspberries and Madagascar vanilla beans, and boy, does it taste like raspberry.
So who's I'm confused on that. What's the brewery? You said it's brewery beer, but we never heard what brewery it is. Or is that the brewery's name, brewery?
It is. The Brewery. It's in California. Brewery. The Brewery.
Confusing.
Right there. Now, they sell this stuff at Grapevine Beer and Wine, Frank. I don't know how often you go in there. And they have it at Halls as well. But there's certain flavors where you have to order directly from the brewery. They don't distribute to stores nationwide. But this one here is, I drank one of these the other night. It was tasty. This one's a little sweet and a little bit too much on the raspberry flavor for me. So I probably wouldn't order this one again, but I am going to drink it tonight. So we'll see how
when
that
a beer
goes.
is too pissy pants for Jason.
Well, and I don't like them really sweet, okay? There's a difference between a chocolate stout and a sweet chocolate stout. Like a baker's chocolate or like a creamy chocolate or like a milk chocolate or even like a dark chocolate is cool. But if it tastes like sugary chocolate, I don't like it. Same thing with vanilla stouts. Same thing with like there's cinnamon, there's like cinnamon sugar stouts or cinnamon cookie stouts, and most of the time those are a little bit more spicy than they are sweet, and I like that kind of flavor, but I don't like overly sweet.
Barrel aged. If anything is aged in a whiskey barrel, for some reason, that's super sweet.
That's
and
super
you have
sweet for some reason.
These deep flavors that are coming over, but then there's a sweet punch on top of it. You're just like, wow, why?
Yep.
You had
that
that
is true,
jalapeno beer at Yellowstone. That was fantastic. I was going to see where you got it from and get another case of it.
Jalapeno beer.
Or chili pepper beer or something. You had some spicy beer. It was good.
Oh, I think I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, that was a special run. They only did that one time. I don't know if they're doing that again or not. But that was actually a brewery here in Grapevine. And the name is Hop and Sting. They make a good IPA, or at least I think they do. And but they're not very good at making stouts. They've made a couple of good stouts, but most of their attempts at stouts kind of fall short, in my opinion. But they've got a few other good flavors though. So that one was one of their good. Was it a stout, Steve?
I don't remember because it was mostly spicy.
Okay, it could have been one or two
because I had mostly pepper.
Okay, because I had a Mexican chocolate stout, and the Mexican chocolate can be a little spicy. It's not real hot. But then I had another one that was like a spicy lager, and I can't remember who did that one.
This was a big red label, big pepper on it. It was all about the pepper.
Okay. It
was good.
I'm pretty sure that was the Hop and Sting one. Maybe it wasn't a stout, but they've done a stout.
I felt a little bad about drinking the last one in the cooler.
For a few seconds.
For a few seconds, right? Cool, man.
Can't let a good beer go to waste.
I rediscovered this, or I actually should say I discovered it, but everybody said, hey, this is like it's been around forever. Ezra Brooks.
Brooks. Okay.
That's a really good 4-year bourbon right there.
Okay. I haven't had that one, I don't think.
I haven't either until recently, and it's like really good Kentucky bourbon.
Good. Okay. Sweet. Okay. Freddie, what's going on with you, man?
I tell you what, it's been.
I tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
I tell you
crazy
what.
This holiday, my wife had surgery, and she's about completely recovered from that. And I've been trying to get some work done in between, but it's mostly been about her. But I got some stuff coming up pretty soon. Some make it easier for the user, the end user script files for ASL3, where you can install either.
I saw you posted something in Discord about that, did you?
Yep, I did, and I did some work on it today, trying to fine tune it because I have a GitHub page now.
Ah,
I feel like a big dog and all that. But
You and your Git repo.
Big time.
okay.
Yeah, I got repo.
Big pimpin'. Big
So
pimpin'
GitHub.com.
Watch out, Frank. Here's coming for you.
I don't have a GitHub repo. I have an Azure repos. I think I have 6 of them.
I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah.
I'm sorry too.
I never figured out GitHub. You know, I think a really good video would be how to use GitHub for Dummies, or how to use GitHub.
Why?
You know,
but why would we need an amateur radio?
Because if you
Git clone.
because unless you have a zipped file or a .exe or a .tar.gz file or something common like that, then I don't know what to do with it. So I've been a lot of GitHub, and it's just a list of files. I'm like, all right, which one do I need? I don't get this.
See, that's
if it's a
overkill for me.
If it's a .sh file, a script that I just run, okay, cool. Yeah, you run a wget command and run your script, or you download the script and run it. Okay, fine. But a lot of times it's just a bunch of files in there. I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. So I don't know.
A lot of times that script file's pulling those other files.
Right.
With it.
Right,
So
right.
It's
Yeah,
a
of
little
course,
bit of a
of
process.
course.
So you really
But
just depend on that README.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm not able to find a script file, like a .sh file or a wget file or wget command, I should say. I mean, I'm like I don't know where to start. So
it's a bit of a process.
It's easy with the commands. I use Visual Studio to manage all my Git repos at work and at home, and it's pretty easy unless you want to do something crazy with rebasting, or if you completely foobar your files and you just want to start over, the reset command, you got to do it by hand. But I can do majority of the commands now by heart, but it's just kind of annoying. Git, pull, repo name, origin, this hash.
It's a whole new world in itself, that's for sure.
Yeah. I
went off the rails there.
Let
me know when you need help with it. I got you.
I think that would be a fun video to produce. How to use GitHub for Dummies.
Hey, Jason, invite me on and I'll walk you through it. You can play the straight man. I could be the smart man for a while.
I would
Jason and Frank arguing over who's smarter. That's funny.
Yeah, right.
Love you guys,
right.
but that's funny.
Yeah,
shampoo is better.
Conditioner is better.
Real poo is better than shampoo.
These files are in the computer.
Oh boy. All right. So, well, cool. That was a big tangent about Freddie's introduction. So, Frank, other Frank, I see you on there next, buddy. What's going on?
Oh, hi, Jason, everybody. You know, I'm over here celebrating like it's the new year, because for me it is. I crested the 1,000 sub count.
Nice.
Wow. Yes.
Currently sitting 1,177 subs.
That's
awesome. 400 some odd subs in the last 28 days. So I'm absolutely
Boy.
Let's see. We were just discussing that while you were
that's like 45% growth in a short amount of time. That's
400. 461
like 800 on Wednesday or something.
Yeah, he's got like 200 in the past couple of days. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was 461 in the last 28 days. And Mike, I was like 800 something on Wednesday. It was absolutely wild how it just shot up, and I'm absolutely loving it. I have great plans for this coming year. Let's see, December 26th, I was at 826 subs. So, 3 days, and I've skyrocketed.
3 days, huh? Wow, that's good. That's really So what's your latest video?
My latest video is a New Year's resolution video. It's going to be coming out Tuesday before the Big Kids Table.
Well, no, I mean, like, what's your latest video that you think put you over, that you think got you all those subs?
The one with me in it.
I was going to
Live
say he did
stream
some
all the
shorts with a few people that are on this stream.
I mean, he's got it handicapped already because his name is Frank. But I want to know
Franks unite, man. We're awesome.
Yeah.
At least he's the better looking Frank.
I had to up the Frank game here.
Up the Frank
I didn't
game.
say which one. That's up to you in the audience to figure out which one I was talking about.
You'll duke this out
Oh,
later.
So-
Full assembly may be required.
And
My-
we'll start
my
calling
latest-
you Data and Data.
Right. Right. Oh boy.
So my latest short that I just published yesterday, literally yesterday afternoon, 374 views already. The live stream that I had on Friday with everybody on, it has well over 391 on the views right now. So
That was just
and as far as the video goes, latest video I posted, not that great, 220 views, but it was about Motorola radios, so I sort of expect that one. So I don't know where they're all coming from, but I do know Turkey is one of my is the highest percentage country in the stats right now.
Oh, so you must have met a prince that had a bunch of an inheritance that he wants to transfer to your bank account somewhere, right?
I ignored that email.
Well, go study your analytics and figure out where that's coming from, and then do that again.
Turkey 35.4%, and the age range of 25 to 34 years old have 23.8, with 56.6% being female.
Yeah, there's no bots. There's no bots in there at all, I guarantee.
Yeah, none at all. So
Frank is the best looking YouTuber.
Yeah, thank you.
Either way, between work and doing this, I'm having fun. I'm over that 1,000 mark, which helps with the Tuesday and Thursday night crew when we do our playlists, and it's just up and away from here.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's right, because you couldn't redirect or something.
Correct.
That's it.
Oh yeah. You can't redirect if you're under 1,000 subs.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
most of YouTube is locked down if you're under 1,000 subs. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, I know why they do it, but at the same point, that's why we always ask, help us get to 1,000 subs.
Right.
Like our
now
frequency
we have
channel
a
needs
few.
help.
Now we have a few new hams in the Tuesday Thursday list that need to get up there, and we'll get them there.
We'll get them there. It's good. Cool. Thanks for being here, Frank.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, you bet. Jeff, you're next on my screen. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, not much. Just enjoying everything.
Everything, huh?
Yeah,
piss off any more net control operators recently?
No, but I plan on doing that again probably sometime in the future. Bought myself a FT891 before Christmas. Used it last week for the first time on Christmas Day. Did an activation. Got some great DX, but no nets. I'm sure they probably took off for Christmas Day. But you never know. Using that radio, I'll probably come across a net, or they'll propagate onto my frequency or whatever. It's happened before a few times, so just got to deal with it as it happens.
Yeah, I've actually run into that a couple times, and to date, I really haven't had anyone be rude. Just people is like, oh, by the way, oh, okay, yeah, no worries, I'll move or whatever, no problem. But it does happen, but it's good. It's all good.
I had it happen to me one summer, one time, as a European net, and the guy was reading me the riot act. I was going like,
oh wow,
blah 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 blah. And he's just yapping like they've been around for 50 years. I'm like, ooh, golf clap.
Yeah, right.
I'm like,
50 years, huh?
It wouldn't have been bad if he just said, hey, can you please move? We're having a net here. But no, he had to be a Alpha Hotel about it. And I'm just kind of, you know what? And I don't remember if I got vindictive about it, but I was just like, whatever. I've been here. The band changed, the propagation changed, and we just kind of collided. And he wanted to be at Alpha Hotel, so it happens. It just works a lot easier if everyone's just like, oh, it happened. I'll move. I'm sorry, and they'll say, hey, no problem. We understand. Things happen. we're just letting you know that we're here. It's like, okay.
Oh, I don't apologize. I don't apologize because I'm like,
no,
you know,
I don't apologize. I'm
I mean,
just saying, like, well, the band changed, propagation changed.
Well, okay, let me
that's not a problem.
yeah, let me clarify. The ones that I've run into personally when doing POTA is usually the guys that come along and say, "Hey, by the way, we're starting a net in like 20 minutes." I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'll move, no problem." I've never run over the top of a net, to my knowledge. I've never run over the top of a net.
I'd be like, cool. Can I work everybody that's trying to get
exactly?
ready?
Yeah.
Give me 37 contacts right now, fellas.
Exactly.
I'll do all your mic checks,
and I'm done. I'm out of the way.
Totally. Yeah. Totally.
I've had both instances that happen. I've gone onto nets where they just kind of just appear, and they yell at you, or someone else yells at me. Or I call, is this frequency in use? And I've had someone at least twice come back to me. He's like, hey, we're about to have a net, and if you'd like to join us and make some contacts, we'd love to have you. And
now
I do. Oh, that is awesome.
No, that's good. I do thank the guy. Sometimes I will say, is the frequency in use? And people answer me. They'll be like, yeah, the frequency's in use. We're doing whatever.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, cool. Thank you for answering. I will move on. And I do. And that's cool. What I don't like is that, and Ham Radio Dude ran into this. He did a video about it one time, and I've run into this before, but I've never done a video. I was like, frequency in use. Okay. CQ POTA, and like 5 minutes later, this frequency's in use. I'm like, yeah, by me. Yeah. Because you weren't here 5 minutes ago, bro. If you're not going to answer frequency in use, no, I mean, come on, yeah. But it's some of it's propagation. I get it. Some of it's propagation. But there's no reason to get pissed on that from my end or that other person's end. So
yeah, it's just like, hey, we're already here. It's like, okay, I'll move.
Right.
Not a problem. Just be nice.
Right. And just be nice.
It doesn't take that much effort to be nice.
Nope.
Keep
it does
your
not.
Blood pressure down.
Yep.
You're being a nice, a good amateur radio operator. Good manners, whatever. But it takes a lot just to just snap and just be a complete alpha hotel, yelling and screaming and having probably a conniption.
Yeah.
And
God.
And the number of people to do that, the worst of them is these guys on screen, because 9 times out of 10, we already have a camera on and we got the audio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
And, I'll make you famous.
That's right.
Yes. I'll do that in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff, James has a good point.
What movie is that from? What movie is that from?
Young Guns.
Oh, that's right. Young Guns 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
But hey, I got a camera now.
James has a really good point here. Calling CQ on net frequencies more frequently is his New Year's resolution.
So we were at okay, let me fix that. We were at, where were we? I think we were at Yellowstone. And we were talking about just stuff to do in the future, whatever it might be. Let me move that down. Okay, that's better. We were talking about stuff to do in the future. And Kyle had mentioned that we talked about dry tortugas. And Kyle had mentioned that you could actually charter, I think rent maybe, not charter, a boat and kind of be on the banks of dry tortugas, and it would still be counting as the POTA entity. And I'm like, we need to do that and activate that POTA on 14.300 because we're maritime at that point, baby. It's just that needs to happen.
Yes.
That needs to happen. Ooh. We need to do that.
Excuse me, sir. This is a maritime frequency.
This is a maritime POTA activation, baby. That's right.
These
are maritime.
So we could be the Hams Lead the Way group, and like we could be net control for the day. That would be awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah, that would do it.
Like not only are we activating POTA on the frequency, but we're also like being responsible. Elmers for ham radio.
Sure.
We could be both.
Yes. We can be both.
Hey, my logs for the net are my POTA logs. Just saying.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Yep.
As long as it's recorded.
Who's going to man the YL system then?
You got it, Mike.
Good question. Yeah. Good question.
Somebody. Take a day
you
off.
have 7.7% more females on your channel than I do. You win.
Yeah. And apparently Frank has a lot of females, but I'm thinking
Turkish.
They're all like fembots and whatnot. So.
TurkishHams.com.
Turkish fembots.
Turkish fembots.
And Steve, no, we can't hear the train horn because it doesn't come across Zoom either. So
good, Mike.
Okay. Thanks for being here, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Mike, you're next on my screen.
I'll tell you. I was a little scared to come on this stream. The last time you and I spoke, you cost me damn near $1,000.
You know what? Nobody's holding a gun to your head, buddy. So I spent some money myself that night. So Speaking of, okay, since you brought that up, okay, here is GigaParts kept going with that. After they said they were going to turn it off when the stream ended, they didn't because of the overwhelming backlog they had. Okay.
Money coming.
So here is the sheet we were looking at. This is gigaparts.com/deals. I don't know if the link is still active or not, but I still had it on my browser so I can see it. Okay. If we scroll all the way down, I don't remember where we were before the stream ended.
176.
70. Thank you, Frank.
Yes,
so we were right in here. Okay, 176. This is all that came in after that, after we ended the stream. 358.
Holy crap.
And it said they put on it's actually a couple less than that because he started at line 2. And in line 192 it says, notice the responses are overwhelming. We're doing our best work to keep through the 200 plus deals. We can't promise to get them all, but we're going to do all that we can. The deals will remain active on the website until we call it quits later tonight. And they did. They went for a long time after the stream ended. So if you guys want to see that again, because they want to do it again, at least I think they do. They wanted to do it again after we did it for 15 minutes on the first live stream. Now that we did it for almost 2.5 hours on this live stream, they may not want to do it again. I
can only imagine the revenue generated from that stream.
Yeah.
Wow.
They may have changed their mind by now. I don't know. I was hoping Jason would be on tonight, but he's probably taking the weekend off. So,
Jason, did you get any idea from them on not the dollar amount, but like the number of items that they sold?
I did not. But I was going to email them tomorrow and ask them the dollar amount that they sold.
I think
so that I can use that for evil against them in the future, saying, "You remember when I sold this much for you on my channel? Yeah, that's what." No,
Good luck with that.
But yeah.
Jason, line 267, best item on the list.
267. Okay.
267.
All right.
Why do I have a feeling that's a boonie hat?
Probably. Yeah. Banana phone.
Banana
phone.
phone.
Banana phone.
Well,
banana phone.
They took all the prices off the spreadsheet too.
Just to know how big it is if it's a banana phone.
Jason found this banana phone. It's legit Bluetooth transceiver that you Bluetooth to your. I don't think it'll work on a radio, but it depends on the Bluetooth on the radio.
I thought somebody did that with a G90.
It may have, yeah. But it looks like a banana, and you connect it to your smartphone, and you're talking on it like that. So, and they sell it. If you go to GigaParts and walk in at the little the little checkout before you walk into the checkout line, the little impulse buy rack that they have there, it's on there.
Cute.
So
that banana phone is great for guerrilla warfare comms.
Yep. So
you laugh, but in the 70s, when I first heard the term guerrilla warfare, that's all I could imagine as a little kid was a bunch of guerrillas in combat helmets with M16s. That's all I could imagine.
I think the first time I heard guerrilla warfare was in the movie Captain Ron. When he's like, "There's gorillas out
you
there."
You said gorillas, not gorillas. Huge difference. Yes, very good one. Cool, man. I love your shirt, Mike.
Thank you. Hopefully we can make it happen.
Hopefully,
you know, Brandon Herrera is on like a list at the very top of
I'm sure
people who want to be the head of the ATF.
Well, he probably wants to shut it down.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
so do I.
I mean, yeah. What's the best way to shut something down? Become CEO.
Jason, he doesn't not just want to shut it down. He wants to fundamentally change it to the point that it can never have the authority or the teeth that it has now.
Well, it honestly, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms should be the name of a convenience store, not a government agency. So just
shop there.
So take over ATF, buy 7-Eleven, change all the names to alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, start selling guns, and you're done.
You're sold out in the next day.
So That's
sold out. I tell you what, you can go to Tennessee and you can see that they've got these drive-up places in the middle of the interstate, like little travel plazas, where one half of it is alcohol and the other half is fireworks.
Nice.
I'm just like,
we're halfway there.
You can get your beer and you can get your bottle rockets. I mean, it is a trip.
Oh, with or without the scooter stick.
Right.
No, I'll just say this. Take all the ATF funds, put them to the FCC. Just be done with it.
Ooh, I like that idea.
I don't.
So maybe they might do something.
Do they really need more money?
No.
Take care of the lids on 7200, Mike. Sure.
Yeah. Let's give them some donation money to like shut down lids on certain frequencies. I'd be okay with that. But
yeah, that's what I'm talking
the reality is I was reading some history on the kind of the formation and foundation of the original Wireless Communications Act, and there were lids back then, causing interference, and that's what really prompted the predecessor, the one before the FCC, the Communications Act of like 2012 or 1912 or something like that, was people interfering with commercial and military radio. So
yes,
they're always going to be there. If they can stay on that one frequency, then that's fine. Let them stay there.
Yep.
I'm all for less policing of the people.
Yes, agreed.
I can agree with that. Yes.
Yeah, oh no, I don't want to give the FCC any more money than I already do, which is now $35 every 10
SWAT
years.
Teams.
Well, and we don't need to get off on a big tangent here, but that recent video that I did, and I've made a follow-up to it that hasn't posted yet, is about standardizing digital voice modes like DMR, D-Star, and all those. And one guy, I kind of got into an argument with one guy. He's like, "Yeah, we need a standard. We need a standard." I'm like, "Okay." And we went back and forth about several items, and you'll see that in the new video. But my final question to him was like, "Okay, so who gets to decide? Who gets to decide what the standard is?" Because Yaesu and ICOM aren't going to do it, because ICOM would want D-Star. Kenwood would probably want D-Star. Yaesu would want YSF. Nobody else wants YSF.
All you APRS guys are screwed because it'd be DPRS.
It's not a digital voice mode. APRS doesn't count. So All-Star doesn't count either. Okay, so we're talking about digital voice modes here. DMR, D-Star, Fusion, NXDN, P25, M17. So who gets to decide? Well, FCC? No. We don't want to give FCC power like that.
No.
So no. We don't want the FCC to decide what modes we can and can't use. So it's an experimenter's license, and it always shall remain so. I hope.
It says in the chat we need FCC SWAT teams. So you mean we shouldn't have that power either?
Depends on how you define that.
I mean, is the digital voice thing really that big of a deal, though? I mean,
go read all the comments in my video. Apparently, it is.
I mean, personally, I've had hotspots for years. They're very inexpensive. There's a little bit of a learning curve, but that's me.
That's not just you.
But it's not like once you have a hotspot, like just I mean, I started with a Raspberry Pi Zero. And like a $50 MMDVM board that I'm still using 2 of them. They're just on Raspberry Pi 3s now. It made like $100. You got a hotspot and you can switch it from D-Star to DMR to Fusion, whatever. Now I have 3, 1 for each. Well, 4 because I got the All-Star thing. Thank you, Jason. But there's also things like that new mic thing that's out.
Yeah.
And also, is it the other little? Is it Shark RF?
Shark RF makes the mic. Makes the mic.
Okay, so the same company, but so they bridge all the modes.
Yeah, they bridge all the modes. Well, almost. They don't do M17 yet. Hopefully,
you decide on the standard by keying up your radio, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
So
you vote with your PTT.
That's right.
Ooh, nice.
Very good, Bill. Very good, Bill.
Standards are great. That's why we have so many of them.
Quitting smoking is easy. Hundreds of smokers do it multiple times a year. So yeah, I hear that. So all right, cool. Mike, thanks for being here. Tim, you were next on the screen, but before things got jumbled. So why don't you go ahead and talk for a minute?
Yeah. Hey, it's having a great break. Staying busy. Busted out a bunch of POTA contacts. I wrapped up 10,000 activator contacts this break.
Nice.
my wife and I are taking off tomorrow for a couple days here in town, and she was nice enough to say, "Hey, there's a state park over there. You could probably go to a POTA." What she didn't realize is there's like 14 POTA entities in that area, and somebody's going to be doing a rove. So, getting ready for that. Got a 100 amp hour. Actually, I bought a couple 100 amp hour batteries over for Black Friday. So I pulled one of those out tonight and working on getting it charged up so I can just take the one battery with me for the rove, and
cool.
Having fun with that. And tonight, you're asking about drinks. This is Cat Shot from Armed Forces Brewing Company, and it's a tribute beer to the deck crews of the USS Navy for the flight deck crews.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah. Sweet.
In full disclosure, I'm a shareholder in the brewery, so
it's okay.
Yeah,
good.
We
what kind of beer is it?
Even more.
This one is an American, just American craft lager, but they've got a variety of beers, and it's armedforcesbrewingcompany.com.
Armed
Forces Brewing. Okay, cool. Haven't heard of that one, but there's a lot of them out there.
They're they have distribution in Texas, HEB, and a couple of different places.
Oh, okay.
They're in the Navy Exchange, the Army. What are their exchange systems all over the world? Carnival's picked them up. Carnival's putting in. I believe it's Carnival. One of the cruise lines is building military themed bars on the ship, so they're stocking their beers now as part of that. But it's going pretty good. I think they're in 26, 27 states now, and they're moving from east to west.
Good. It's awesome. Okay, I'll have to go look that up.
Yep.
And Frank shared the link in the chat just now, so thanks for that.
No problem.
Cool. Thanks for being here, Tim.
Oh, thank you.
Vince, I think you're next.
Oh, good afternoon, Jason. Thanks for having us tonight. Happy New Year to everybody a little bit in advance, but it is the Happy New Year stream. And
that's right.
So I've had a stunning month in POTA, and it was quite by chance. I had to travel a lot for business over the course of November and a little bit of personal travel in December. In November, I was in the Hooskow for a month. Parking tickets catch up with you. And so, they let me out every night on good behavior, which is good. My employer had me working in a correctional institution. It was very interesting. But I did a bunch of POTA on the way down to that part of the province. I was so close to America many days that my phone was saying either Verizon or AT&T on it instead of my network. I was pretty far south in the province. That was great. And so what happened was I crossed over the same threshold that Tim just said he crossed over, 10,000 contacts in the POTA system.
Nice.
But I didn't realize I was just getting ready to go out to a trip in interior British Columbia, just outside of Kelowna, at a ski hill called the Big White, for a high-speed motorsports rally where I'm running communications, doing net control. And I take a look at my POTA stats and I'm like, oh, this is interesting. I'm 173 unique parks. I wonder if I can make 200 on this trip. 4 days of driving, 2 days out, 2 days back. So I begin this multi-day POTA rove planning. Here's my file folder. Those are 3 of the 4 days worth of notes.
Wow.
That's
getting into it right there.
It was getting into it. Yeah, there was a whole ton of planning. And I got on my last day of travel, and I got shut out of 3 parks in a row because it's winter time and the property's inside the gate, so I can't drive onto the property. And well, that's just the way it goes. I landed up with 199. So just the day before Christmas, I went out and I broke my 200.
Oh, good. Okay. So unique parks.
Unique. These are unique activations.
That's saying something.
Now, so I also Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say I found a really cool tool, and I'm going to share this in the chat. And
okay.
It's created by a Canadian. I can't remember the call sign of the file. I'm sure somebody else does. In case that link doesn't post, maybe somebody could repost it for me. But it's called map.pota.ninja. And what you do with this is you bring it up and you pop your call sign in and you zoom in just a little bit. In the comments there was no prison wallet involved. Back to the map. You zoom in just a little bit on it and it will show you the parks you have activated or hunted, or parks that have never been activated by anybody. It's a tremendous planning tool.
Ooh.
So yeah, okay. it's been an exciting couple of months for me.
Wow.
And we've been selling a ton of Morse tutor kits and touch paddle keys. VK3IL pressure paddles is a new product that we've introduced. So there's just been so much going on. I haven't had time to edit video.
Wow.
I've got all this footage up on DaVinci Resolve, and I just can't get to my computer to finish it. There's just a lot going on. So it's been great.
Vince, you didn't spend my money tonight, but you definitely gave me a good new site.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Cool.
I can spend your money. Now somebody in the chat was asking. Somebody in the chat was asking about desoldering braid a little while ago. And I said to Eric, don't bother buying desoldering braid. Get yourself a Hako FR301 desoldering gun. You will never regret this purchase if you desolder anything. So,
and pro tip, add fresh solder before you desolder. It doesn't. It sounds counterintuitive, but it's chemical magic.
That's an actual thing.
It is chemical magic. It is indeed. The FR301, an amazing tool. Eric, you will love it. So
can you link me on that, Vince?
I'll find you a link. Yeah.
God bless you.
So I'm showing this map.pota.ninja on the this is good. I think I've seen this before, but I completely forgot about it because this looks familiar, but I didn't remember it. So
I think I'm the same way.
What is the yellow ATNO?
All-time new one.
All-time
no one has activated.
Yellow. Bingo. What Steve said.
Gotcha. Okay, so nobody's activated that at all. Okay.
Nobody's activated.
You will be the record holder for 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes.
All 5 of them.
Until everybody else finds out about it.
Well,
that
until somebody else
never goes away.
Well, unless the challenge with the POTA system is if Marconi himself shows up with a log, he claims that first activation.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
You know,
now,
that doesn't happen often.
One thing I want to point out on that site, you have to do HTTP and not HTTPS. If you do HTTPS, it won't come up.
Right.
That's right.
That's exactly
because we all know encryption is illegal in ham radio and anything remotely attached to it. Just settling that argument for the OMs out there.
Yeah.
So now, if you don't see any data on here, just zoom in a bit. If you put your own call sign in the field at the top, it'll tailor this for you.
That's what I've done. That's what I've done right here. I've got my call sign in here, and it's tailored for me.
At the top right of your screen, there's that little 3-layer hamburger thing. Click that, and then turn off the one that makes sense, because one of them is like showing you every single park, and then one of them is showing you only the parks that you've hunted, activated, etc.
What am I doing wrong? I can't do everything. Not loading. When I put my call sign there,
zoom in.
And now everybody on the internet watching the stream
is
playing with this too. So
it's giving it the hug of death.
We just completely okay. So this one, So I turned off the layer of all parks. This is all stuff that I've either activated or hunted.
Yeah.
Hunted is green, activated is red. Hunted and activated are blue.
And unactivated by anybody is yellow. And so I go out of my way to find parks that nobody's activated or nobody's activated in a particular mode. Like CW. So I'll go off and post my spot as CW @no to give the CW guys a chance to get it in their hunter log as well. Yeah.
I have one park activation in my log that was first time park activation.
Yeah.
And it doesn't get you. I mean, it gets you like a certificate, but I'm like, so if I do 5 more, I get the same certificate again. So I'm like, it's cool. It is. It's cool, but it's whatever. I've done it, so it's. So I had to look up my stats.
Yeah.
After Tim said something a minute ago, so I am at 92 parks, unique parks, and 8,600 QSOs.
Oh my lord!
As activations. So that's kind of low, but I don't do as much POTA as some of you guys do. But 14. So I got to get 1,400 contacts to get to 10,000, which quite frankly I can do in like 2 activations, maybe 3, 2 or 3 activations. If I really, really wanted to, I could probably do it in 1. I usually get bored before that. I usually can't sit there that long. But
where are you seeing the total number of contacts made as a activator?
Well,
go to view
stats.
Go to view profile from the top, Steve. Log in POTA.app and go to view profile. All-time statistics at the top right.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
4,142 as an activator.
Okay, you're about half of me then. So I can pull up.
No, I'm about 2 times as much as you.
4,000. Oh, activations.
4,142.
I thought you meant QSOs.
No, 82 activations. It's 82/89. I don't know what the slash is.
It's attempted and failed.
Attempted and succeeded.
No, you're half of what I am. You've got 40 parks.
I'm still twice the man you are, Jason.
Well, that could
that was the joke.
Yeah. But I mean, and I don't do a whole lot. But you probably W-Toads probably has even more of that, Steve.
Oh, let me check K-Toads. Yeah.
Well, K-Toads. I'm sorry, K-Toads.
While Steve's doing that, I have
Radio Club.
I have 6,837 total QSOs, but I made probably about 1,000 of those at KOFA last year during Quartz Fest.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay.
So K-Toads has 7,983 QSOs / 8,023. I don't know. Again, I guess that's dupes.
No, that's usually like if you don't if you go to a park and activate 9 and make 9 contacts and still load your log, then you don't have an activation, but you still have 9 contacts.
Yes. This was QSOs / QSOs, and now the one you're talking about, activations, not to be pedantic, but to be pedantic, 145 activations out of 156 attempts.
Well, not to be pedantic, but I'm showing that on the screen as well, so make sure you're not lying. But so I'm not sure what the QSO slash is, but I know the park slash is attempted and actually activated.
Well, I think it ties back to your attempts versus your
right. Yeah, I think it's all part of that or something.
So it's QSOs, but QSOs that are unsuccessful activations. Wow,
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that would make
just want to put you under the thumb.
Well, if you go and you do 10, do your 10, you roll out and find out that you got a dupe, or it was a bad call sign or whatever.
And I upload dupes all the time. I don't care. Yeah, see, Mike has 20. Mike has less parks than I do, though. That's because 22,000 of those QSOs, Mike, are all from Huntsville State Park. But, it's all right.
I know. I think I've only got a little over 7,000 in Huntsville.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, you got a lot more QSOs, but less unique parks than I do.
Yeah, 7,412 at Huntsville.
I've been looking at my profile for a while because I tend to activate the same park over and over again. And I need 8 more parks to hit that 100 park unique park activation. I've been like, man, I need to find some new parks and do that.
Well, it's hard in Texas. You got to drive hundreds of miles.
I know.
I have the same problem up here, though, Frank. In Alberta, I've got to drive to get to some unique parks. I've got to drive hours and hours, which is why I do it when I'm traveling for business to a different part of the province, or when I'm traveling to a neighboring province, to go off and do rally sport or whatever. It gives me the opportunity to add to that park count. It's a trip I'm going to make anyway. I got to tell you, though, the one thing that really kind of frosted my ass a little bit was my first stop on the first day of the trip. I was going to go into Banff National Park, and there was a site in Banff National Park, super easy to get to, that strangely nobody had activated. I left the house about 2 hours late that day, and I had 7 hours of driving ahead of me, so I skipped it. And I was going to pick it up the weekend after I came back. My wife and I were going to go make a day trip out of it.
Yeah.
Right? Somebody grabbed it, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
That was going to be my number 200, sitting among the Rocky Mountains with a beautiful multi-100-year-old hotel. It was going to be photographically gorgeous. And instead I landed up at a spot in the city of Calgary beside the public transit system train line with high voltage spiking me on 20 meters, and 30 and 40 was useless. It was still my number 200, though, so still special.
Yeah.
That's
Well, that's
still
good.
awesome.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, I haven't.
Can I do a membership drive for K-Toads real quick?
In a minute. I want to let Bill talk. We haven't let him talk yet. So let's let Bill talk, and then you can go, Steve. So, Bill, what's going on, man? Where are you you're in Arizona, right, Bill?
No, I'm in North Carolina. Can you guys hear me? How's the audio?
Yep.
Yeah, you're 5'9".
Sound good.
5'9". I forgot I was here.
I did too, actually.
You guys gave me plenty of time to drink up. But
there you go. You got the Simply Spiked going on. Okay, good.
A common beverage found at QT.
Yeah.
It's good to see you guys. Good to see everybody in the chat as well.
It's good to see you, Bill. It's been a while, man.
Mm-hmm.
I have been scurrying around. First of all, you, Jason, and Mike made me buy that Power Queen. So I'm trying to get it worked into the truck.
Your cream?
Queen, the Power Queen. So
300 amp hour?
Yeah. So
that was Mike then. I don't have one of those. I have the 190 amp hour.
You got the big battery in the bed of the truck, and like I could.
True. Yes, true.
I gotta have one of those. So, I'm working on that. Just got a bunch of wiring from and connectors from being Tech Go. So I'm working on that. And then I just put out a video about the Hobby PCB Hard Rock 50 amp.
Yeah, I saw that come across my feed. I haven't watched the video yet, but I did see that.
Well, watch it and not 1.75. I need the watch. Just kidding.
Okay.
Do whatever you got to do, man. But I know Steve watches at 2.0, so I sound like it's a little.
If only I could do 2.5.
Right.
So I'm working on that, and I thought I was gonna get it. I'm gonna whip this together. I can wind tour roads, man. So I had it on a trip with me, and there's 16 Tories. I keep misquoting it, but there's 16, and I got to number 14, and I didn't have enough wire, so I had to wait on Amazon to bring me some wire. So I finally got that done. And then something I'm excited about, a lot of people may not be excited about, but I always wanted a radio like the TX500. And the battery that's offered by Ham Radio Outlet and by this Lab 599, I can never get my hands on it. So someone, a gentleman by the last name of Brewer, started making them, and he just disappeared. And finally someone, I'm going to give him credit, K1 Tango Delta Golf, I think it is, or Tango Golf Delta, one or the other, finally put out on printables a STL file and instructions for the batteries, the battery charge controller, 3S charge controller. So I'm excited about that. Mine is basically together. I just got to put the hardware in it to screw it together. But just tinkering around, doing ham stuff.
Cool.
Looking forward to hanging out with you guys at Hamcation. I'm not going to make Quartzite, but Hamcation. That's it. So
how about Winter Field Day, Bill?
I meant to ask Jason about that. I'm going to get with you on.
Get with me, yeah.
Discord.
We have a place rented at a nearby state park. I think that's got 8 or 9 beds, and I think they're all spoken for. But we can always put up cots. We'll make it work. We can make it work.
The unfair thing with me is I never know if I can really go until like 20 days beforehand, and that makes it hard for guys who rent things and want reservations and RSVP.
Either way, Bill, you'll have a bed. You'll have a cot.
So. I ain't spooning with nobody.
No.
Oh, Bill.
Bring your own cot.
I
Bill.
lent you my Baofeng at Dayton. And that's how you're going to treat me?
I love you, Mike, but no spoon, buddy. That's
cool,
it
man.
for me.
Satan, a sad kid.
Thank you, Bill, for being here.
I'm always glad to be here, man. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, you bet.
Yep.
All right, Steve, whatever you had, you can go.
Awesome, cool. I wanted to talk about the Toads Club, Kilo Tango Zero Alpha Delta Sierra, K-Toads. And I dropped a link in the chat. If y'all join the Discord, you're a member of the club. It's free. And we are trying to work all states and hunt all states in the POTA system. And if you look up the awards for K-Toads, you'll see how close we are. I don't know if you can show that without being logged in. Can you, Jason?
Yeah, I think so. Hold on.
I don't think you can see what hunted and activated states unless you're logged in as K-Toads.
Yeah, I think you need the K codes to get the breakdown.
That may be true. I can turn on screen share, Steve, if you want to do it that way.
Let me. Okay, it's not turned on yet. Not yet.
Hold on.
Standing by.
Okay.
Standing
do
by.
it.
Prepare to stand by.
Red
Stand by. Stand by. To stand by.
Oh, I think I think I haven't gotten that far yet.
Why are you always preparing? Just go.
Yes.
It wants permissions. Hang on.
I just
Stand
turned
by.
it on.
Now it's my turn. No. It wants permissions on my laptop to share.
You don't have to. You don't have to reboot. Just apply the permission, and it'll be good.
It says I agree with you, and it says that I do. There we go.
There it is.
So now we're looking. So we need North Dakota and Vermont for hunted states, which is kind of a weird. Like North Dakota, I understand because there's like three people in North Dakota.
Right.
But Vermont.
Vermont was one of my. Yeah. For some reason, nobody activates parks in Vermont. That was one of my. I have it now, but that was like one of my last 5. I think I need 2 more in Vermont. I finally got Vermont, but strangely enough, yeah, there's not a lot of activation that goes on in Vermont. So
yeah,
I thought that was strange too.
And then the activations were like 50-50 on activations there. And we did Huntsville State Park twice. So we did a kilo 2 years ago at Montesano State Park. I said Huntsville State Park. I'm sorry. Montesano State Park in Huntsville, Alabama during Huntsville Ham Fest. So we got 1,000 contacts as a club, and then this year I got my own personal kilo while I was there, and I was walking around with my laptop, like doing it.
We know.
Oh yeah. Right.
I will get this. I will wipe everybody out but me.
I thought you tried to get a kilo 2 years ago.
We did get a kilo as a club, and then I personally tried, but I only had 600 or 700 contacts that week.
Okay, that's still an accomplishment on its own.
It was not easy. Yeah.
We do have somebody in the chat who's offering to drive to Vermont and activate it if his way is paid.
Sweet.
Thank you,
Yes.
I'll activate Delaware for you.
Don't just volunteer. Ask for some K-Toads merch.
You're still sharing, Steve.
Yeah, I know. That's why I didn't go to any weird places.
Yeah. All right.
I can probably get us Nevada in February.
Yeah, I'll do Delaware for you.
Arkansas is pretty close to me. I could make a quick trip to Arkansas. And
you could drive up to Oklahoma in an hour.
I did
less than that. It's 30.
I could get to Arkansas before any of it.
Why did I not do Oklahoma? I got to figure out what happened in Oklahoma because I was in Oklahoma for a couple of weeks.
Freddie could
I can get you Oklahoma tomorrow.
Freddie could do that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Make it happen, Freddie.
Yeah.
Freddie, do it tonight, man.
Smoke.
No.
Izzo's in the chat. Izzo, he does need Connecticut. Yes.
I got Vermont in the logs.
Yep.
To activate.
I need Hawaii still and Oklahoma.
I do too.
Hawaii is my nemesis. I've got the work all states, but I'm using DC, and like every night, there's 1 or 2 people that have been on, and they show up in ham alert, and I turn on the radio, and I just barely hear them. Not even loud enough to make a QSO with them.
Every night, somebody from Hawaii would get on, and I would hunt them. So I had DC, so I had it, but I wanted Hawaii.
Yeah, same.
And finally, I forgot the name of the guy. I should know, but just go look at my page. You'll see it. He came on. He was on 3 different bands, 20, and then he went to 17, and then he went to 12, and I got him on 12 CW. So I finally
12 meters. That's awesome.
12 meters.
That's cool.
12 or 15. 12 or 15. Sorry, but it was 12 or 15. CW. So I got the worked all states plus DC.
Nice.
So real quick, if you guys have never activated a park as part of a club before, your personal call sign gets credit and the club call sign gets credit. And you can.
That's correct.
You can call as your call sign and then reference the club in the log, or you can call as the club call and then reference your call sign in the log. And one of the cool things is if you are at a park and you contact somebody else, give them both call signs, and that counts for 2 for them to get them a little bit faster. So you're not losing anything. The club's gaining something, and we all get to celebrate.
Hey,
Steve, do you need permission? I've often thought, because I can do that for Toads and Mike, and I thought about doing it, and I was like, well, do I need permission?
As long as you're part of the club, you don't need the permissions to use their call sign. Unless,
so I don't want to speak on behalf of every single club in the world, but for K-Toads, activate, do it, send me the logs, and I will upload them and take care of y'all.
Hey,
but
Steve,
for some other clubs, they might be a little more.
That's the second part I was about to bring up.
Am I a member of Toads?
Yes.
If you're in the Discord, you're a member of Toads.
So there is a couple,
and a proud member I am.
And that's something worth clarifying, because if you're going to activate as K-Toads, you have to send your log to whoever is the authority, which is Steve in this case. Whoever has permissions to log into the POTA.app account for K-Toads, that's who needs to upload your log. So with We4DX, it's
is
Mike.
It Matt?
No, it's Mike.
Okay.
Mike Ping, Kosher Pork Rinds on Discord.
Right.
He has as far as I know, he used to. As far as I know, he still has the upload rights. So we had to send our We4DX Ham Radio Adventures logs to him. But if you log it correctly, like Steve said, if you log it correctly, and Hammers does this, and I think all the other ones do too, you put in your club call that you're activating as, and you put in your activator call, which is your call sign, and then when the person uploads that, operator call, and will depend on what the software calls it. And then you get double credit. The club gets credit, and you get credit yourself. So you're not missing anything by using the club call if you log it correctly.
There's one other caveat to remember. The repeater trustee, or I'm sorry, the club trustee, the call sign is attached to them and their license level. But you as the operator,
if they're present,
you are a general,
if
you
they're
cannot
present.
operate outside of your privileges. You have to maintain in the area that you are entitled.
Correct.
Or
That's correct.
Yeah.
Unless you have a control operator that's there, that is an extra.
Right.
So.
Yes,
Sweet.
very true. Very true. Yep.
Keep that in mind.
And if you do it, then I upload the logs for you on your behalf, and you do get credit because I did the upload for you as the club. So it's one less thing you have to do. Just email me the log or Discord me the log, and save yourself a step.
I don't think Polo has a club.
They do, Mike.
Surely it does.
They do.
Surely it does. Yeah.
And if not, he does in 5
coming
minutes.
up with Parks on the Air is the New Year's Day. There's both a New Year's Day activator and a New Year's Day hunter.
Correct.
Awards, certificates. So make sure you get.
Speaking of that, I'm going to try to go somewhere on New Year's Day. We have been at Galveston Island State Park for the last 4 years on New Year's Day. And once you get the New Year's Day certificate, it's the same thing. I don't think they change it every year.
They changed the year. They changed the year.
Do they change the? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So we got the 2004, 2003.
It stacks like the Sports Your Parks weekend.
Okay. Well, I'm going to try to go out on which New Year's Day is in like 3 days, on Wednesday. But tomorrow, Frank, I was going to tell you this earlier. I forgot. Tomorrow I'm going, if anyone is local to North Texas, I hooked up with a club, a group called Agape Overland, and they're in the North Texas area, and they go out and they do close proximity overlanding trips, just kind of like weekend stuff. Not big, long, drive 6 hours and get there type trips, but weekend stuff. So they're going up to LBJ Grasslands tomorrow, and they're staying until New Year's Day. So I'm probably going to go camp with them tomorrow night and come home on Tuesday. I'm not going to stay New Year's Eve because my wife is going to be here by herself. So I'm going to come home on Tuesday. But LBJ Grasslands is a POTA spot. So I'm going to go up there tomorrow night and do some POTA, camp out for the night, set up the DeVos lights, which I need to start doing. I need to bring up the giveaway for that here real quick. Set up the DeVos lights, maybe a fire pit, smoke some cigars, and camp out tomorrow night and go home probably mid to late morning on Tuesday. So if anyone is in the North Texas area or can get there fairly quickly, LBJ Grasslands, you know what?
That's out towards the hunting lease, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. Let me see. LBJ.
While you're looking that up, Jason, let me clarify something. The New Year award, there's the activator and the hunter. It's good for the first week of the new year. So January 1st through 7th, you can go out any of those days and activate and be good.
Okay. Yep. Good to know. I've always gone out on that day, but here's it's a US 4371 is the park number. I've activated this several times myself, like 5 or 6, I don't remember. But this is where it's at right here. So US 4371. This is where I'll be. Now there are a lot. This is dispersed camping. There's a lot of places to camp in here. So if you're going to go out if you want to meet me up there tomorrow, sometime tomorrow afternoon, mid to late afternoon, hit me up in Discord or text me if you have my number. And if you don't, hit me up in Discord. I'll give you my number. But that's where it is. I'm going to go hang out for the night. Just a real short, quick trip. Hang out for the night tomorrow night. Go home Tuesday morning. No big deal. And hang out with some cool people. Again, Agape Overland is there. If you're on Facebook, go look them up on Facebook. They have a nice page about local trips that they take. The guy who runs that group is named Michael. He wants to do a cleanup day. Now, if you follow any of the Overland groups, there's another group in Texas called Calvary Overland. They went down to Padre Island North Seashore last 2 or 3 months ago. And they said, we're going to go camp down there on the beach overnight. We're going to do a cleanup day, just kind of like a community help event, whatnot. So Mike wants to do that at LBJ sometime in the next few months. And I'm like, let me know when you do that. And I'm going to get the ham radio community involved. We can go out there, help with the cleanup, meet some new people, and activate POTA the whole time because it's a POTA entity. So, and it's a large area. So, got some stuff like that upcoming in trips for 2025. So that it should be really fun. But if anyone's interested in that, hit me up on Discord.
I can't join you this go around. I'm working Monday. If I knew a little bit earlier, I had a 1 day off. I could have spent it on that. But I'm taking Tuesday off, New Year's Eve.
Okay. Well, you know what, Frank? You can if you're off Tuesday, just come out after work on Monday. We're going to be there all night. We're going to be there all night.
Dispersed camping. Does that mean there's no bathrooms?
That is what that means. Yeah.
There's dirt.
I think there might be some. There's a couple of. There are some porta potties out there. I was out there last week driving around looking at some stuff. There's a couple of pavilion areas that you can rent. Now you can't camp there technically. It's just day use stuff. So there might be some facilities out there, but again, I'm going to be out there one night. I'm going to be out there less than 24 hours. So this time I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, dispersed camping basically means there's no campsites. You just kind of pull off the road, park, and camp wherever you want to.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
So yeah.
Random camping.
You're piquing my interest.
Piquing my interest, yep.
I need to do some more carp camping.
I
haven't done since Huntsville.
Yeah.
It's going to be cold though.
Dude, it's going to be like in the high 40s, low 50s tomorrow.
I mean,
it's not
I got
be
my
cold.
window open right now.
Yeah. It's not going to be cold.
40s in a car is sweating.
Cold. Week after next week, it's supposed to be a big polar system moving through.
Is there anyone else to say hi to?
No, we've got everybody. So
is it my turn then?
No, I already let you say hi.
Frank.
Good night.
I didn't say what I was drinking. Let's go with that one.
Well, you can go ahead, Frank. Go ahead, Frank.
I'm drinking tonight a gift I got over Christmas.
I need to do some giveaways.
Four Roses. This is not Four Roses. Not Creek. 9 year. That's just so used to going to it.
Frank has already had too much. So
120 proof. So I'm taking it easy on that. Honestly, it's. I taste all the flavors in it. It's just the higher alcohol content. I was like, there is a smoothness, but you have that alcohol kick. But this packet I opened, I got from one of my Patreon supporters, a My Father sampler pack. And I'm smoking the Maduro out of it. And it's from My Father. I'm not going to pronounce this right. Flor B. Los something or other. Great cigar. I'm enjoying it.
Good. Cool. So real quick, I need to do a giveaway. I've got 2 DeVos Light Rangers to give away.
Hey, I got a question. If we're in the live stream, are we eligible? Because mine just went to bed.
I am about to pick a keyword, and everybody who types that keyword in the live chat will be entered automatically. So it doesn't matter if you're in Zoom. You have to be in the YouTube live stream chat.
Those lights are awesome.
So
I'd be sending emails to them if I were you, Bill.
Oh, those look.
We
cool.
already did that. You know what?
You've already got. You've got 2 or 3 of those, Bill.
I've had it for a while, and it hit the ground, and the other one's working great. So yeah. Well, from the height of the mast, so the wind blew here like crazy last night.
Oh yeah,
ripped my neighbor's RV cover off. So like shredded it. So like I knew I was gonna come out. My antennas were gonna be down, but both of the Light Rangers were tipped over. So that's a pretty tall height to fall from.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta reply to some comments real quick.
Well,
first of all, number one, grid tracker is in the house.
Yeah.
I think that's probably
Nice.
Tag. I don't know. So Tag and the group are going to be on this live stream next Sunday. That's my guest next Sunday. We're going to talk about the brand new grid tracker that just came out a couple weeks ago. Well, maybe a month ago, something like that.
Excellent.
So make plans to join us for that. I'm talking John Doe, however you say your name. Are you going to Dayton this year? I've answered that question, but yes, I am. I'm absolutely going to Dayton this year. And then someone said something. I said something about a keyword. And the Traveling Ham thinks the keyword for the giveaway should be forced gender reassignment. I think that's a great idea. I think that's a great idea.
That didn't go over well on Frank's stream. Just saying.
Really didn't.
Hell yeah, it did.
Turned up the DMs though.
Steve, what
That's
are you
the
talking
name of-
about? It went over.
Mike,
Got
is
a
that
couple of unsubscribes on that one.
is that a song or a band, Mike?
It's a song by a band called Cattle Decapitation.
Okay, well,
You
that
can also
makes it much
put
better.
lawnmower. There's another people commenting on the lawnmower over
On the
here.
lawnmower behind you, yeah.
Yeah, that hasn't
Some
ran
people are a
in 2
little too
years.
sensitive and had to unsubscribe when that was the keyword to win
Well,
something for
you know
free.
what?
That's just
Oh,
called
well.
thinning the herd.
That's
sometimes.
right.
Exactly.
Right.
Like I've had people
Get rid of the
unsubscribe
sensitives.
from me for wearing this shirt in a video. I'm like,
Oh, boy.
see you later.
Yeah,
Don't
I know.
care.
Yeah, goodbye.
The door hit you in the rear
They're
end.
too damn
boy.
sensitive.
Okay. All right. So once again, I'm giving away. So DeVos Outdoor, DevosOutdoor.com is the URL. I do have an affiliate link for them. Let me find that real quick, and I'll send that to you guys. So DeVos Outdoor, I got hooked up with them from the More Expo about 3 years ago, I think it was. And where is it?
Absolutely awesome product.
And they're great products. They're USB rechargeable LED lanterns that sit on a tripod, and you take it out to a campsite. It's very good stuff. Good stuff. So during Black Friday this year, they did a kind of like they reached out to all of their affiliates. And they did. Here's the link in the chat right here, guys.
Is the
no.
giveaway active right now?
Not yet. Not
Okay.
yet. So the here's the link in the chat. This is, you guys can click on that and go look at the page I'm looking at right now. So they did a thing where they said, "Hey, share this link. It's your unique affiliate link with the 15% off coupon, which I shared in several of my Black Friday videos, and the more you sell, the more points you gain, and you can win products from them." So I already had this Light Ranger 2000, which is fairly new. This one on the far left, I already have this. I had an older version of the Light Ranger 1200 that was micro USB chargeable. I won a new 1200 that's USB-C, and I won some filters for it and a lens filter set, filters and a solar panel for it. I won that as well. And then this Light Ranger 800 is a smaller version, and the 800 Mini, I'm not real familiar with that one. That one's even smaller. But I won a second 1200, and out of all the people that sold stuff for them, there was like the top 5 or top 10 people won something extra on top of all the points. And I was number 3. I was the third top seller, and they sent me this Light Ranger 800 for free. So they have a nice carrying bag that I picked up a while back, and I think I did a video about on my Pac-Man channel. I think I did. And it currently carries my 2000 and my new 1200. So I've got an extra new 1200 brand new in a box and a new 800 brand new in a box. And I'm like, you know what? I don't need these. I don't want to carry around 4 of these. I only have the bag that I have only carries 2 of them. I've got the solar panel, I've got the lens filter kit, got extra batteries, motion sensor is something else I won. So I was like, I'm going to do a giveaway. So I'm going to give away a brand new Light Ranger 1200 and a brand new Light Ranger 800. 2 different winners tonight. And I think let's see if we can, see if I can get this. Let me make sure I've got my bot working here.
While you're doing that, KE9BSS asks, "Were you at More last year? Maybe in that Gazelle Tent City?"
That's correct.
Yes.
Yeah. Freddie, Tim, Frank, myself, Rob.
Bill,
who else?
the buddy heater.
Bill was there. Kyle was there. Yeah, we were all there last year. Absolutely.
Digital Rancher.
We had a gazelle compound.
Yeah, Kyle was in his hiker, but
so many gazelles.
We're gonna do that again next year. So there's gonna be a lot of stuff between now and April about the More Expo on this live stream. You guys,
Kyle was in his hiker, but he was kind enough to bring his gazelle so I could stay in it. Great guy.
Right. Yeah, we all had gazelles except for Rob. He had to be the outcast.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, Freddie had a cousin Eddie trade. Cousin Eddie trade.
He was on the outside of the loop.
Cousin Eddie. I was the headquarters of the power plant. That's what.
And the coffee.
And the coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And the coffee.
Yes,
yeah.
And the larceny.
Don't forget about the chef.
Larceny. And the pretty duvet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't forget about the chef who cooked everything for y'all.
Frank, yes, that's what I'm saying. Frank made some awesome meals. We had some chow, dude.
All right, I need a keyword.
Molson's armed cow.
Someone said Turkish fembot.
Lawnmower.
Right.
Turkish fembot.
I'm gonna second Turkish fembot.
Okay, let's see if it'll let me put that in
spell
there.
that.
While you do that, the best item I saw, I put it in the chat, was the roller cams at More Expo. I freaking love these things.
Oh yeah, those are good.
I finally used mine the other day. The video is forthcoming.
Dude, they're amazing. I got them on the camping and on my ham stuff. Go ahead.
The keyword is Turkish fembot, space in the middle, Turkish space fembot, all lowercase. Turkish fembot. I just posted it in the chat. So I think
you posted it with a space.
It has a space. Turkish dash fembot. So put the space. I don't think case matters. Capital, lowercase. I did it all lowercase. If you do it 3 times or 4 times, it's only going to give you 1 entry, so don't type it more than once.
How do we type that again?
Turkish fembot, all lowercase, with a space in the middle. With a space in the middle. This is for the Light Ranger 12. We're going to do the 1200, the big one first.
Just do what everyone else is doing in chat.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, look at it flow.
That always gets me in trouble.
There it goes. There's that 30-second delay on YouTube in action right there.
I got
look at that chat roll right there. Woo!
A couple of these guys are getting modded out, so I'm trying to find them.
Modded out?
They're probably posted.
Rate limited.
Wait for approval. You need to be approved for this.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Oh, because I'm hitting them.
It should still show up though. Okay.
I had to do 3 of them already.
Yeah.
I grabbed a couple.
My chat is frozen.
Yeah.
The Eastern Colorado Repeater Association
just refresh it.
Said that they're the only ones in the Facebook chat.
I saw that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, 111 entries. It's actually more than that. It takes a minute to update sometimes. So at least 111 entries.
Turkish bath.
So if people type in Turkish Tembot,
somebody put it in CW.
CW,
Yeah.
I'll approve it, but try it again, man.
Yeah.
CW.
So Soul Studios, which Frank? You got me, Railroad Frank, and Tank Frank. Which Frank?
Oh, we prefer Hairy Frank and Bald Frank.
Oh, okay.
Which one's bald?
That's awesome.
By the way, Steve, all the trains coming from over here to going behind my head that way are headed towards you.
Nice. I'll wave.
Jerry, no caps. Try again. No dash.
My browser has totally crashed that YouTube is running on. That's hilarious.
What's crashed?
My browser has crashed that the chat window is in.
Oh, yeah.
You got that Baofeng browser?
242 entries.
What browser are you using there?
Firefox, Mac OS.
Okay. I every now and then I see Chrome slow down, but I haven't had a crash.
Chrome has worked fine here so far.
Switch over to Safari there,
quit on it.
Yeah, Vince,
thank
go
you
to
very
Chrome
much.
or Zen.
Yeah,
You'll be a lot happier.
I run
Opera.
Brave. I run Brave
Turkish
on the other
pickle
side
whiskey.
for my social media stuff.
And Izzo has it right. Trains and truckers keep America running. We sure do.
That's right.
The reason why I had stepped away there for a minute is I got a phone call from work. They want me in 2.5 hours.
Can you come in?
Tell them you've been drinking.
Nope. Water.
Tell them you've been smoking the weed.
That's where you can claim we don't know what's in it.
Just act like you're drunk and go on a completely Trump rant. And they're like, never mind, you don't have to come in.
No, they'll penalize me for that
talking about
and still make me work.
There we go. My browser's back.
Oh my God.
248 entries.
Sweet. We have
There it says DuckDuckGo. I love it.
DuckDuckGo is good.
Yep.
Go Duck.
I stole the Tech Preppers idea, and he's got a really good video about how to off-grid Windows 10.
Oh,
really?
Yes. And so, I took several things of what he said, and he just sits there and taught. He's like, do this, do this, do this. Well, I went through and showed it, and then I added my own spin. I was like, also like these. Download this application, get this stuff, do this right here. So that video will probably post next week on my channel.
So, question:
that's a good.
Isn't every install of Windows off grid? Why do you need to customize it for an off grid?
Oh no!
So
no, Windows is horrible.
Yes, Windows is horrible. So, long story short. Long story short, watch the video. Long story shorter is that you're taking Windows and you're putting it on, and I put it on one of my crap tops. I've got 3 of them. I've got 3 of those Evolved Maestros. I put it on one that, so far it's working great. I'm going to take that laptop out to the field, plug it in my 705, do a POTA activation with it as a follow-up to that video. But basically, it's just Windows that you never plug it into the internet.
I could do that.
That's all it is.
That's easy.
You never plug it into the internet. So.
Jason, Greg just came in. He wants to know what's going on. He missed your giveaway speech.
Greg, who?
Rewind. We're not going to go over it again.
Chino Greg.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Watch it on Team Replay, then get back to us.
Right. Yeah.
Just put Turkish Fembot in, and you'll be fine.
Type in Turkish Fembot, and you will win. You might win one of these outdoor LED camp lights.
I'm going to agree with Vic Miller. Windows XP, if you're just talking off grid, is solid.
Totally
solid.
Would do that.
Jason, is that
Windows 7
just where you were when you're going into the Windows setup, when it asks for like some Wi-Fi something, you open up a terminal and type in a short command and it bypasses that?
No, you just type skip. You just press the skip. It wants you to connect to Wi-Fi, and you click not now, and it says, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. And then it asks you, are you sure 17 more times. And once you get through that, it just lets you go.
Because when I was putting Windows 11 on my Mac,
Windows
WinLink on it, there's a command you type in to terminate. It's like uni. It's some weird, but it's a pretty short command. But for Windows 11, it bypasses that, so you can do that.
Windows 11's a different animal. I haven't tried it on Windows 11, but Windows 10 is what I'm showing. So we have 256 entries.
Wow.
And 455 watching.
And there's 458 watching, so some people haven't entered yet. That's okay. That's all right.
Can you imagine showing up late and Frank says, "Just type in Turkish Fembot. You'll be fine.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Not a virus.
Turkish teapot.
Ham Radio, KS, Kansas City. You're right. ATMs all over the world still running on XP because they can't upgrade them.
Yeah, Justin's got it. Ubi bypass NRO.
Okay, that's good. I didn't know it was so complicated on Windows 11, but good to know. So
that's
it wants all your info.
That's okay, Frank.
Yeah, it does.
You
They're like, tell us ways
that.
we can advertise to you.
Right, exactly.
All your base are belong to us.
Do you mind if we use your information to make our system better?
Tell me you're not spyware without telling me you're not spyware.
Exactly.
Or you are spyware.
We just want to record a bit of your data.
Yeah, like all of it, 100% of it.
Okay,
will love this.
We're gonna pick a winner here. Go ahead, Frank.
It's me.
All our train engines still run Windows NT.
Yeah.
All the computer software.
But they're
NT.
off grid, right?
Boneyard.
No.
It's NT and it's good and secure.
Yeah, with GPS
and now
tracking
they've
and
all
everything.
been hacked. All of Jason's viewers are going to hack the Union Pacific.
Well, the first space shuttle ran like DOS 3.1 or whatever the hell it was.
1.1.
1. Something.
Gee whiz.
But
all right.
Boeing still uses floppy.
Let it roll, Jason. Let's
259 entries. 259 entries. And again, we're going to giving away this light. Okay, 260. There it is right there. This Light Ranger 1200, which is this one right. This second one from the left right here. And nope. Okay, so I'm going to click choose winner, and it should show up in the chat. But if it doesn't, I'll show you the screen. So click on choose winner right there.
Come on, Daddy needs a new camp light.
Right? I want
Colin and
VK.
Wow.
Nice.
Yes.
I gotta ship this thing to the VK land now. Oh my god.
No,
okay.
Just buy one on Amazon.au.
The shipping.
Yeah.
Congrats,
right.
Colin.
Yeah. Colin and VK. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Love DOS 3.1.
Yeah, no doubt.
Right?
So Colin, reach out to me via Discord or email. You can email me, kc5hwb@gmail. We got to do some checking on that shipping. I might actually order you one on Amazon.au and just have it shipped to you there. We'll see.
But
$75 in shipping or $12 on Amazon Prime.
Right, exactly.
They were blocking Canadian deliveries not too long ago. Well, was.
I shipped a box of like stickers and T-shirts to Hayden like 3 years ago. It cost me over $400. It was like 6 pounds. I'm like, what the? And that was the cheapest price I could find.
You can get a ticket cheaper.
Oh my god. So yeah, it was crazy.
Get them printed in country next time.
Right. Yeah.
So y'all remember when I spilled all that water on my keyboard about a year ago?
Mm-hmm.
I ordered this special keyboard that was waterproof and I could change all the keys and everything. And it was pretty awesome. And when they shipped it to me, it was broken. And they're like, well, we only accept returns if you ship it back to our warehouse. Our warehouse is over in Thailand. I was like, you guys, this shipped out of Kansas City. I watched it.
Oh, wow.
And you said I have to ship it back to Thailand? And I looked up the price and it was like $300 when I bought the keyboard for $100. I was like, are you insane? So I disputed it with the credit card company. And they eventually said, yeah, we're going to take this charge off because it doesn't seem in good faith. So they refunded it all.
Good for them.
So Jason, I got a big favor to ask.
Okay.
I see you got almost 500 people, 450 some people,
460.
I've got 460.
I just noticed. I was looking over at my YouTube page.
Mm-hmm.
I am 103 subs away from 3,000.
Oh, we can.
Can we do that tonight?
I consider that a personal challenge, Tim. Which YouTube channel?
Grayman POTA. So
okay.
Frank, if you could throw that in the chat, I'd appreciate it.
I'm gonna do one better than that.
It's in the private chat in Zoom.
I'm gonna do you one better than that. Yeah. So Grayman, so you're at 2890.
2,897.
That's 3.
So you're 103 away from
103.
103 subscribers. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's 470 of you guys in the chat. Hopefully some of you are subscribed to Tim already.
I am.
Yeah, I am too. Actually, no, I'm not. Look at that. Subscribe. 102 now.
Tim who?
Closer.
Yeah, Tim who? Yeah.
I tell you what, Tim, the one that drives slow in Florida.
Yeah. Sometimes, sometimes you just fall off of someone's subscription. I get people in comments all the time saying, dude, I know I subscribed to you a long time ago, and I came in and looked at your video, and I'm not subscribed. I'm like, yeah, that just happens.
All right, you just got another one, Tim.
Not a big deal.
I'm seeing.
I did it with 3 accounts.
2955.
I did it with 3 accounts.
You can help me out too. I'm trying to get to 2,000. I'm about 300 away.
Okay.
2,900.
One at a time. One at a time. So let us know when you hit that 3K mark, Tim. We should be able to do that.
We're there.
Yeah.
But less than 25 away.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jeez.
One of our guys say, post links, and he's surrounded by links.
Yeah.
Chris Bricker, thank you for subbing to everybody on the screen that's here already.
Right.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
Amen.
2,994.
6
All
more.
right, everybody stop.
Come on, y'all.
Everybody
Come
stop.
No more.
Mike's like, all right, now everybody
Unsubscribe.
unsubscribe.
I want to be
Subscriptions
1,000
today.
2,998. We're almost there.
With every subscription, you get a free pat on the back and a tip with a big country hat.
3,003.
Country hat.
Guys,
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
3,003.
I do have a giveaway
Thanks,
that I
Mike.
was going to do. And it's not the prison wallet edition, but the prison edition of the Denko 5.5 amp hour battery.
Ooh, that's a cool looking battery.
That, coming up. There's a video on the pinned on the channel.
In case you're wondering what it looks like.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got that too.
Is that just because it has clear heat shrink that it's prison edition?
That's what the prison version is. Yeah, it's got to be
That's
clear.
prison edition. But yeah, there's a video on how to get.
So does it
registered
count
for
if
that.
I tear off the blue heat shrink and put on the clear myself?
It
Put
counts.
some scotch tape
You
around
need a
it.
sticker.
Exactly. Yeah. And
Yes.
it improves
Just
the
use
value.
packing tape. Use packing tape.
Right.
Hide a shiv in there.
Maybe a little hooch.
Mm.
Chiba.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Who else was close to a mile marker? Was that Frank?
Jeff.
No.
Jeff. That was Jeff.
Jeff, come on, Jeff.
All right. All right, Jeff. How many you at, dude?
I'm at 1709 right now.
It's K3 what?
Ooh,
JR?
come on, 2000.
Z.
Jason, it's in the
KR,
Zoom chat.
I'm just looking it up on YouTube.
Both Tim and Jeff are new members of the ATOS club. Yes, Jeff, didn't you just get one?
That's right.
Yes, I got mine Friday or Thursday or Friday. It came in the mail or FedEx.
And you got the big Larson 49-inch whip to drop into it?
Not yet,
I
but I
have
will
mine,
be.
yes.
Not yet. Yep, good.
Yep.
I don't know if that would handle the wind load for me.
It does. I've got a 60-inch
Slow down.
whip, and it handles the wind load just fine up and down
But
the
how
highway.
fast do you really drive?
Slowly.
146 Canadian miles an hour.
That's like 23 miles per hour.
So how fast is that in miles per hour?
146 divided by 1.6, about 120.
Okay.
Oh,
Ooh, $1.20.
No, wait a minute. No, I did that wrong.
dangerously.
No, I did that wrong.
That's 86 miles an hour. 'cause
146.
they're governed.
Yeah,
86.
yeah.
Yeah,
They're
you
How
got
many
governed
kilometers
on
an
that
hour?
speed.
No, 91.
Okay.
146.
Factor in the taxes.
All right, so here's Jeff's channel. Frank just shared it in the chat. K3JRZ on the air. I think what you need, like 300 more?
Yeah, right now it's about at 250 more.
Jeff's got
Okay.
some amazing content.
240.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, KF0 IDT's got a big whip in his ATAS as well, he says in the chat.
Yeah, but driving down the interstate is one thing. Me driving down the interstate is another thing.
Oh, you're from the me first state too, to Texas,
Well,
Mike.
no, it's not that, but yes, I am. I drive fast. It's the way she goes.
So the real challenge is can you get that Intellitron 17-foot whip on top of the ATOS and drive down the road with that?
No.
You'd hit some underpasses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you would.
Hey, Frank,
I don't have any problems
Jeff's
with the
link
stock
again?
whip.
Yes, I can.
Have you noticed a marked improvement, Vince?
Hell yes.
I mean,
On
I have
40
with
meters
the Tar Heel,
especially.
I guess.
On 40
Yeah.
meters especially, because the
40
default
meters
whip
should,
is 31 or 32 inches.
Yeah.
And when I put that big 60-inch whip in and I did the capacitive coupling grounding, that's key with the ATOS. Grounding is absolutely key. I've had that
Good to
on
know.
5 different vehicles. I've had my ATOS for 20 years.
I've had it on 2 cars, and I've never grounded it.
Yep. And the first time I grounded it, I worked into Christmas Island, which is northeast of Australia, when I was in VE3, and I worked them on like 10 watts on sideband.
Lots
It
of
was just
crap.
amazing on 40 meters. It was great.
Whoops.
Tim is showing off his big whip.
Why is that in the house and not on your car, Tim?
Well, I brought it in. I can't remember what I brought it. Oh, I had to go to Indianapolis and go into a parking garage, so I just took it off.
Sleeping.
Oh,
with it.
yeah.
So I brought it in here to actually do the Larson whip upgrade.
We went to the
That's
doctor's office
it's
the
a
other day.
5-minute upgrade. It's great.
Had to take
So,
3.
no, somebody
antennas
said that
off
you
the
had to
truck.
modify the connector here.
No, you don't
More
have to
whip, less
modify
coil.
it'll automatically tune for less coil. My understanding of the Larson whip is it drops in directly. You might have to drill the hole out a little bit. Just back out the set screws, drill the hole just a little bit more with a hand drill. Just go nice and slow because it's soft aluminum.
Okay.
And drop the Larson whip in and set the screws. When I dropped in my 60-inch, instead of the base of it being this big like it is with the Larson, it's like this big. And I had to do some light machining with mine. I had to drill it out and I had to tap bigger set screws in because I took out too much metal.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's still solid.
Okay, this is legit right here. Ham DeLorean in the chat. ATOS versus Tar Heel. Who wins? I want to know what you guys think. I'm going to give my opinion on this. And I think if you're using a Yaesu radio, the ATOS is probably, well, it's easier for sure. It's certainly easier. More plug and play. You just change bands and the antenna follows you, no problem. You can get the Tar Heel to do that too. But it takes a little bit more equipment. But so if you're using a Yaesu FT891 or a 710 or something like that, the ATOS is going to be much more plug and play. Is it a better antenna? There's like 5 different versions of the Tar Heel, so it really depends on what. Let's just assume we're talking about the Tar Heel Junior, or Tar Heel 2. Is that what it's called? The one that's about the same size as the ATOS.
The Junior.
The Junior. Okay, yeah. If you're using a Yaesu, I would go ATOS. If you're using anything else, I would go Tar Heel. And if you have a big truck, then get a Tar Heel 200 or a 1000 HB 1000 or something like that.
I have a question about the Tar Heel or Scorpion.
I think Scorpion. I think the best, and this is a good discussion. I think the best screwdriver antennas on the market today is either the Scorpion and or the High-Q. So somebody tell me if you think I'm wrong.
What'd you have on the back of your truck?
Tar Heel HP 200.
Okay, that's a pretty big.
It's a big
too,
dude.
Right?
It's a big dude. It's a legal limit. Yeah. It's a big dude. And I've got the longer whip on it. I could put a shorter whip with the capacitance hat if I wanted to. I do not have a Yaesu radio as my HF radio. I'm currently running a Kenwood TS480HX. Which a ATOS would not match up to. Now, you might be able to buy extra equipment and use the Ameritron/MFJ controller and get the ATOS to tune. You might be able to do that. I don't know. What's the power rating on the ATOS?
100 watts.
That's what I was thinking.
Is it 100 or 150?
I thought it was like 120. No, I was thinking of a tuner. Never mind.
Okay. So that's another thing. So my TS8 480HX is a 200 watt radio.
120 watts for the ATOS 128.
Okay. So if you're just running like a normal 100 watt radio, if it's a Yaesu, the 891, absolutely get an ATOS. If you have a small car, get an ATOS. But I think personally that the Tar Heel is a better antenna. But that does not mean the ATOS sucks. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying the ATOS sucks at all. I'm saying that I think the Tar Heel is push comes to shove is a better antenna. But if you just want something that's plug and play and easy to use, and you have a Yaesu HF radio, get a ATOS. So that's my opinion. So you guys can say what you want to. Go ahead.
I'm going to go shots fired here. If you have a car like Sapphire, ATOS. If you have anything else, a Tar Heel's nice, but ATOS rules. I played with both. I've messed with both. ATOS all the way.
So I did a video on the ATOS 120, and I loosely compared it to an infed half wave in the park. And keeping in mind, this is just solely, I'm not trying to do HF on the road. This is just convenience in cold weather and not having to get out and string up a wire antenna when it's out snowing. And I looked at like the 20 and the 40 meter footprint of that and what I normally do with the infed half wave, and it was identical. I was hearing the same people. I was getting the same states. I was getting the same distances. As I said in the thing, signal reports really don't mean anything to me. Can I hear the other station? Can they hear me? Yes.
Right.
We communicated and we moved on.
Agreed.
And so that was pretty good. I also went out and did a bunch of early shift activations and got on to 10 meters. And I was making contacts into Europe with the 120. And so the big thing is it's a time saver for me, and I'm not having to get out in the cold weather when it's really cold out. I also mentioned in the video, Mike, on the flip side, you guys down in Texas, when it's 120 degrees out at 7 o'clock at night in the shade, you don't want to get out in the sun and
Right.
string antennas. So it's a great alternative in bad weather or unhappy weather, right? So, so I see advantages to it. If is it better or worse? I don't know. That's up to you, the end user.
Yeah.
But definitely,
I know.
It's.
I think that I think comparing it on 10 meters is an unfair advantage because I have worked Europe from a vertical chameleon 17-foot whip and a hamstick, a 10-meter hamstick on my truck. I have worked Europe from POTA. When the band is up, the band is up, buddy. It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah.
So
right.
A coat hanger and a dummy load will work.
Right.
Yeah.
The true test is when you're trying to bust pileups on a POTA activation or whatever you're trying to do, or on a D expedition or whatever you're trying to do. So yeah, I mean that's again, I don't think you're gonna go wrong with either choice. I don't think either choice is wrong. It's just a matter of what you're trying to, like the answer to everything else in ham radio. It's what are you trying to do with it?
So I actually did a video on that.
Ooh.
And I compared the ATOS and the Little Tar Heel 2 in
Yeah,
their
the little
stock
yeah, the
configurations. And I found the ATOS performed ever so slightly better than the Tar Heel.
Okay.
Now, that was one test that I performed. I actually ended up doing the test a few times over the course of a few days because there was like something that I missed or a variable that I wanted to eliminate. So I have extensive knowledge in this because I've ran both antennas for many years now. In terms of their stock configuration, it really doesn't matter. Now I'm speaking purely on a performance basis. They're very, very similar antennas. They're loaded antennas. They are what they are. The main advantage that I like with the Tar Heel is that I had a quick disconnect, so I could easily. It's just a spring-loaded thing. You just push it down and twist it like a bayonet, and you could take off the stock whip and put on. I had an MFJ, I think it was a 72-inch whip, might have been a 60-inch whip, I can't remember. My buddy Brian has it now. But you could run the 17-foot whip, so you can very easily change out the whip.
Yeah.
Where the ATOS, you can, but you got to get screwdrivers involved and swap it out. You're not putting a 17-foot whip on it. From a usability standpoint, like Jason said, if you have a Yaesu radio, and most every Yaesu radio I can think of, except for like the 818, the 817, have that controller built into the Yaesu radio. So you literally just go into the functions menus, set up a few things, which I've done videos on all of these antennas. And when you're ready to go, you just push the tune button and it tunes up. Like when Jason and I were driving up to Iowa, we pulled off the freeway a few times and just pulled off the freeway, got into the park, hit the tune button, and in probably 15 minutes time, he and I had both activated the park. The downside with the Tar Heel is you do need some kind of controller box. Now, it does come with a little up and down button, so you don't technically need anything else. But it's nice to have a programmable. I had an MFJ. It was like I forget the model number, but it's a screwdriver controller, and it had 10 programmable memory things. So I would save one memory per band. The downside is when you push that button, even if you're on the same frequency you saved that preset with, it still never went back exactly where. So you'd still have to put the radio into like CW or FM or AM, something with a carrier, and just hit the up or down button on the control box to fine tune it, which sometimes I still need to do with the ATOS, but not nearly as much. You pick a frequency with the ATOS, you push the tune button, and you're done and you're on the air. So they're both very, very similar in performance. I like the ATOS just because I don't want to be mucking around with controllers. It's a cleaner install. The ATOS is power over coax, so you don't need to run a separate power wire to the antenna which isn't a big deal. It's a red and black wire that it just plugs in. It's not even, is it? I forget. But yeah, no, it's just, it's some cable that it's like one cable that plugs in. It's not a big deal, but
yeah,
it's
a 2-prong inside of a gray jacket.
Yeah, it's more. It's just another thing you need to install,
right,
along with the heads of your radio to go with it. But I mean, and if you're doing mobile radio, unless Jason's got a 200 watt radio, I think the Tar Heel was rated for 200 watts, and the ATOS is 100 or 150 or something. I forget it. But
Jody was asking about the band performance. I know the ATOS is 40 meters all the way up through 70 centimeters, and I'm not sure what the Tar Heel does.
My Tar Heel, my little Tar Heel 2 does 80 through 6.
Yeah, there's I think one Tar Heel that does 160, and that's a key difference is the frequency range on these two. Now, I'm a big proponent of lengthening the whip on the ATOS. The thing you have to know about when you do that is that you lose 6 meters, 2 meters, and 70 centimeters off this antenna when you do that. So in your Yaesu radio configuration, instead of saying menu 85 in the FTA 57, to configure the ATOS for HF plus 6 meters, you just say configure the ATOS for HF.
That's a shame you lose 6. 2 and 70 are kind of pointless now because Yaesu doesn't make a radio that does 2 and 70.
True. Exactly.
But an an all-in-one like the 857.
Yeah,
so.
Up here at this northern latitude, I don't get 6 nearly as much as you guys do down in the great state of Texas, right? So that's not a big loss for me.
I don't remember the last time I was on 6.
I don't either. So. I don't either.
So, but I don't really get on 80 either, so 80 isn't really important to me. Like 40 through 10 is kind of where I hang out.
80's not important to me. It's not with being mobile anyway. But yeah, 40 would be nice if you're taking a nighttime trip. Otherwise, 15 and 20s and 10 if the band is up 10, then 15 and 20 if not is where I'm usually hanging. So I like to tune around on the band and hunt for POTA stations.
Hey, talking about 10 man has been awesome. The last
it's been awesome
times
lately. Yeah,
I've got on 10 meters, and especially I made sure I'm operating the technician band, and I'm just pulling everyone, and that's where I'm getting most of my DX lately. It's just been so surprising. I love this right now.
Yep.
And
Don Izzo saying in the chat, he says, real question is performance at the bottom of the solar cycle. And Don, you made my video,
Good
by
point.
the way.
Yeah.
My ATOS video.
Good point. Yeah,
I've made contacts with my ATOS running up and down the highway at 5 watts, and I've jumped 2-3 continents over. I've jumped over the oceans with it. It's on 20 meters. As long as your grounding is good, just like any HF antenna on a car. KB0G's website is at K0BG. I always mix that up.
I think probably the big key is how much whip do you have above the coil here? And because you've got this, and it's part of the antenna, and it's acting as part of the inductance coil, but it's a big coil, and so your signal isn't. It's all wrapped around, and things are going like that instead of off of straight whip, unless you're like, Vince and Mike, and it's bent back like this. But so this right here, the upper part of it's really the key to it, and how much you have above your top of your vehicle.
Okay, I need another keyword. We're going to give away the Light Ranger 800.
Sapphire.
Okay, I'll do that. Is it PHIER, Frank? SAPHIER?
SAPPHIER.
SAPPH.
PP.
Oh, I thought we were going to do Prison Wallet.
Sapphire.
Sapphire.
HIRE.
And throw up the tankers if y'all get the joke.
Is it SAPPHIRE?
Yes.
RE. Yes.
Okay. All right.
I'm going with.
So there we go. Done. Bump Sapphire. Reset all entries. There we go. Okay. Okay. Sapphire. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
And while we're waiting on that, Jeff, did you reach your goal?
Nope.
No, it looks like Jeff's around 1810.
12.
1812? Okay.
1812.
All right.
Well, that's
All
not a bad
Good war.
So, what's the good war. So
the U.S. Constitution, the USS Constitution beat the HMS Java on this date in 1812.
Nice. I see a couple tankers in the chat. That's awesome.
I run a net on Sundays, and I do like kind of what happened on this day, and that's one of the things I mentioned today. So
nice.
Kind of weird that 1812 popped up there too. So
a lot of the parks that Jeff is close to all have historic tie-ins too, especially around a Revolutionary War period.
The state parks, yeah.
Yeah, he's got a great area for that.
Not to mention, he has got some really awesome 8-bit graphics.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, right?
Dude, it's awesome.
Nice. Yeah.
It's so awesome.
Trying to find Vince's smart-ass comment about grounding. What did you say?
I said an ATAS that is an ATAS will perform poorly if it's ungrounded.
Okay, here's my
answer. A well-grounded
Tell that
ATAS
to
will
the
perform
many,
very
many
well.
thousands of contacts I've made on my ungrounded ATAS.
And dude, you know full well, because you've seen video, that I've made contacts off a dummy load.
A Carlos load?
Well, I mean, a loaded antenna isn't much better than a dummy load.
Right.
It doesn't take much, man.
It doesn't take much, that's right. But if you want good performance, you ground the heck out of it.
I already got good performance. My whip though, so
that's not what she said.
When I got my ATOS, I got my ATOS used and it didn't have a whip, so I had to buy the whip from GigaParts. But now as I was making water, I heard a comment about it being leaned over. Yes, my whip does have the Yaesu lean.
The lean.
Oh, my Tar Heel has that now.
Yeah. Does anybody have a Yaesu antenna that isn't bent?
Right.
Yeah.
Call it the
I put mine
Yaesu
back in the
lean.
box and upgraded. Yeah.
My Signal Stuff mobile dual band antenna did that last ice storm that we had. It just kind of leaned over. And the temperature
Signal
came back.
sticks in the cold are like a wet noodle.
They really are.
Yeah. I learned that in Michigan winters.
Welcome to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
The first 60-degree day came back. It straightened right back up again.
Well, they have they have a metal one now. It's called Signal Staff or something like that. Something like that. They have I picked one up
infection?
Yeah. I picked one up at Hamvention earlier this year.
The Signal Rasp.
Yeah, I got mine before Huntsville.
Mike
Careful, you might poke
N8YO
somebody's eye
says
out.
Yaesu lean adds 3 dB directly upward.
He ain't wrong.
That's how I can get the NVIS on 40.
ATAS Peyronie's disease.
Right,
That's interesting.
Yep.
What's the number at, Jason?
223. That's a magic number. 223.
That's a good number.
223, baby.
It's an excellent
Let it roll on that.
Yeah. Well, they're still coming in.
Sapphire is the keyword, all lowercase.
All lowercase. Oh, I'm getting tired. Sheesh.
That means you need to drink more alcohol. Would you like some Knob Creek?
That's not what that means. No, I need some water. 224. Okay.
I did FTA for the first time this day before yesterday, was it?
Oh, really? What are your thoughts on it?
What did you think?
Oh, I'm freaking hooked, man. Dude.
That's easy to
No
get
rag
hooked
chew.
Yeah. TO got me hooked up with my
You got it, brother.
on my ICOM IC706 Mark II-G.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
And Jeem helped me out get my WSJTX software straightened out because I had some sound settings in there wrong. And next thing you know, I made
The way it goes.
Dude.
They really need to update that software. We're bad like that on hams. Is like we get these software like that runs that WSJTX, and then no one updates it for decades.
1993.
Well, that's not
man.
a WSJTX thing. That's a computer settings thing.
Yeah.
But no, just no one
audio.
updates it, streamlines it, and makes it nicer. It's just
I
here
don't
it
have
is
that
with
problem
the
with the Mac
billion
and Smart
options.
SDR. My stuff is top notch.
Yeah, I ran it on a Windows machine, and
There are, Frank. I just did a video on WSJTX Improved.
Oh, I saw that, and I do want to play with
I
it.
actually
And
uninstalled. It was really weird. Like when I installed that, it had all kinds of extra frequencies in it, and all of those transferred over to my regular WSJTX. Like they talk to one another, and I was really pissed
That's
about
a
that.
forked.
Yeah, it's an
version.
overlay.
Yeah, I know.
It's
I
a forked
understand
version
that,
of the Joe Taylor version.
Yeah,
Now,
I mean they're all working on it together.
Thanks, bots.
But I was like, no, I got rid of it. I like it. It's neat, but don't be messing with my other program settings.
Now, Mike, I'll just say this: I've been big on spreading the word of the greatest JTX software ever, JTDX, and they even have an improved that's even better than WSJTX improved.
I'll have to try that out because I only have one to gauge it off of.
I think the guy that did the JTX improved is the same guy that did the WSJTX improved, because I was looking at that the other day.
I don't have a problem with regular WSJTX, so I'm still using it.
He added features in JT that aren't in WS that I absolutely love. Like some of the features,
like automatically responding to contacts and constantly calling CQ, which is technically against ham radio rules.
That's the Zulu version of WSJT. No, you were all excited about the SWR and power meter on WSJTX improved, Mike.
Yeah, that was cool.
I've had that on JTDX for like a year and a half at least.
But see, I don't really need it because I have resident antennas. Yeah. And Dennis, Whiskey 1, Whiskey Victor, my cat's name is Satan.
Super chat, Jason.
Thank you for the super chat, CRJ Racing. TC Fitz gave one earlier. I forgot to call it out. Thank you for that as well. We have 237 entries. So I'm going to choose a winner right now.
Choose me.
And let's see what it says.
I choose you.
Oh, Pamela.
Pamela!
Congrats, Pam.
Yeah!
N1ZKH, Pamela. So
doesn't look like it popped up in the chat.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't pop up the chat. I don't know why. Sometimes it just doesn't do that. But
it seemed to do that on the second time you did that the other day.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's something you gotta log off and log back into.
Well, I clicked reset before I put in the new keyword, so I don't know.
We're seeing Turkish Fembot back up in the chat.
Yeah, I don't think it'll ever go away.
I saw Irish Goodbye come up in the chat, and then TO's gone.
Yeah.
Irish Goodbye. So, Pamela, N1ZKH, please email me on kc5hwb@gmail.com or hit me up in Discord and let me know your shipping address, please. Get that shipped out to you.
So I'm going to throw a bomb in the room. FT8 isn't real ham radio. Discuss.
Boom.
No.
Dude, I tell you what,
my radio sends wigglies to your radio.
Vince, this isn't your grandpa's ham radio.
It's a digital mode. It's just the responses are automated. You are making a communications, and it's built off of I forgot the mode.
It's radio antenna to radio antenna.
Yeah.
Yep. It for real is.
It's radio.
I have something I want to talk about real quick.
Okay, Bill.
I was listening to Josh's podcast, and it was talked about that young people want to do FT8. They don't want to talk to people. Well, I've got a couple of young sons and nephews. They're talking on Discord. They're talking just as much as we used to talk on repeaters, but they're talking on Discord. They haven't stopped talking. They just talk in a different place.
Different mode.
Something to think about. Something to think about.
They're talking on Discord or they're typing on Discord?
Talking because they're playing games with both hands.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
They got open
voice
mics.
channels.
Open
they're
mics,
doing voice chat. And they're
the
talking
voice
away constantly, hours and hours, like you wouldn't believe, like old ladies over the fence gossiping years ago. But I'm sorry, the concept. Didn't mean to offend any old lady.
No. You're funny. You're
but
it's good. It's good.
They talk more than my mom used to talk, but they're on Discord talking about gaming.
Yeah.
Colin corrected me. It was JS8 call. And why can't they get in the JS8 call? This sending
JS8 call is fun because you can actually have conversations, keyboard to keyboard conversation on JS8 call.
Well, FT8 is built on top of that. It's taking that protocol and just automating it and making it.
I think it's the other way around, Frank.
No.
Yeah.
No.
JS8
can go first.
Is a derivative of JT65, which has been around for 10 years or better now.
Yep.
What is?
FT8 is a derivative of JT65.
FT8. FT8.
Yeah. And then JS8 call came out after that because JS8 call was essentially FT8 without the time parameters.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Jason, Pamela wants to know what she won.
Yes.
She won this Light Ranger 800. It is a LED lantern on a tripod that's chargeable via USB-C. That's great for campsites or backyards even.
Mm-hmm.
And brand new in a box right there. The Light Ranger 800 from DeVosOutdoor.com.
And a lot of those come on a light stock so high that it keeps the bugs up above you.
It's 6 or 7 feet tall, something like that.
And
I'm not sure about that.
The colored lenses, they do affect how many bugs get attracted to the light.
Correct. Yeah, the amber and the red lights don't attract hardly any bugs at all.
Right.
So
that's for sure. They're great lights. They're just great.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't Kyle have his at More Expo last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he and Shane both bought their first ones at More Expo 2 years ago. Because DeVos Outdoor, that's where I met them the first time 3 years ago. They're there every year. So Shane and Kyle each bought one in 2023, and then and I bought that. They also make an outdoor weatherproof movie screen for a projector.
That's right.
There goes your camera.
Yeah. And what camera?
Yours on Zoom.
No, that's fine. Yeah, no, I'm on YouTube. That's fine. So I changed the power supply on that camera, and it hasn't rebooted for the last 3 weeks up until tonight.
Until tonight.
So anyway, so yeah, they make a movie projector screen that's made to be set up outdoors, and it's weatherproof and whatnot. And I set that up at the deer lease for the last 2 years, and we watch movies at night after the hunting's over. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. So.
And DeVos makes that movie screen?
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Yeah,
they have it at More Expo. They'll have it at More Expo. Well, they should. They did last year.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Okay, we're starting to lose audience, and we've been going for 2 hours, so I do want to wind this down. I want to say that, first off, I really like doing these giveaways. I gave these 2 lights away. These are 2 lights that I won that I'm giving away. I created a budget for 2025 about a month ago, maybe, something like that. And I budgeted myself enough money to give away a new HF radio for the first 5, maybe 6 months of the year in 2025. So probably so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a brand new email list and let you sign up on an email list, and at the end of the month, that email list will get we'll do a live stream like this one, and we'll pick someone from the email list and give away a brand new HF radio. Now, if I can get places like Buy Two-Way Radios or Better Safe Radio or maybe Balfang Tech, somebody like that. If I can get someone else to donate some smaller stuff, we might have multiple giveaways. And I'm going to reach out to those people and see what's going on there. I purchased one of the FT891s from the GigaParts Let's Make a Deal thing the other night because they had it for such a damn good price. And I'm like, you know what? I can fit this into my budget. So they did say 2 to 4 weeks ship time, so I probably won't have that until February. But I've already spoken with ICOM, and I'm going to have at least one 705 and one 7300 to give away. I'm in talks with GigaParts to get a couple of Yaesu radios. And, of course, I've got that 891 that I just purchased the other day. So, yeah, so once a month, probably towards the end of every month, I will be doing giveaways of new HF radios with maybe some smaller stuff. So you guys watch that. Sign up on my email list. hamradio2.com/email-sign up. I'll keep you updated with everything I'm doing there, and I'll talk about it on all my live streams too. Watch all the live streams every Sunday night, 7 p.m., and we'll go from there. So very quickly, I don't want to take too much time with this.
I do have an announcement before we go.
I know you have an announcement,
okay.
Frank. I'm gonna let everyone do their announcements. So let me turn my my video back on here. Go ahead, Frank. You can go first. I know you've been wanting to say this.
I've been
go ahead.
itching this.
Yeah.
Mark your calendars. The live stream is up, but go ahead and click the notify me when it goes live. A special birthday live stream we're doing with GigaParts. They're sponsoring it. It is going to be a January 12th. amazing sale. It's the wording I got approved for. Amazing sale, January 12th for my birthday. Come over to that live stream, and it's only going to be active like we did the Make a Deal during the live stream. So you got to watch live to take advantage of these amazing deals. It's going to be fun. The live stream is up. I posted that link. Go ahead and hit the notify me button so you get notified of that. But it's going to be fun. I can't wait to do it. And it's been an amazing year. And I can't wait for another one.
Will there be boonie hats for sale?
Cool.
Possibly.
Possibly.
The boonie hats are amazing.
Only if someone actually requests a deal on it.
Right.
Did you
right,
wait a minute?
right.
Did you say boonie hat or booty hat?
Yeah.
Boonie.
Sapphire booty hat.
The booty shorts are up and coming, I think.
But my channel is Take Radio.
CQDX written on them.
Right.
If you haven't subscribed, subscribe now. It's an awesome channel. I have fun.
Cool. Okay, so Prep Hand Paul is going to go live. He may be live now. I don't know.
He is live.
Okay, so
yeah.
Someone share the link to
I dropped it in Zoom.
Yeah, so someone share it in the Frank, share that in the chat, please. So, does anyone else have any special announcements? Something that's happening in the next week on your channel?
Yes.
Go ahead, Bill.
Yep.
I have been promising, sorry about the yelling. I have been promising to do an antenna giveaway, and I have 2 antennas. I just don't know how to give them away or live stream properly. So within the next 2 weeks, the first part of January at the latest, I'm going to do a live stream and do 2 antenna giveaways. One is a car antenna. One is a J-pole by KB5 VBR or K5 VBR.
KB9.
KB9 VBR.
Yeah.
So
antenna.
Slightly used, but it's still an awesome antenna, and I'm going to ship it to you for free. Totally. So if you don't want it, don't enter. But I'm going to get this done by the second week in January, but I'm going to get it done, I promise. And I did it for the number of videos I had done, so nobody needs to subscribe. Well, you need to be subscribed, but I'm not looking for new subscribers or anything like that. I just want to get this done and give back the way that it's been given to me. So that's it.
Good. Thank you, Bill. Awesome.
Bill, let me know. I can help you get things set up if you want. Yeah. I have a small little something, Jason.
Go ahead, Frank.
Something.
So I go live every Thursday I know it's late, but it's how California time works for everyone else. I go live at just before 10 Central every Thursday for the Northern California SwapNet. That is my almost guaranteed every week live stream. The first Friday of each month, I have a Q and AMA, question and ask me anything live stream. I've had both Frank and one other person on before. Absolutely fantastic, but that's coming up. And then the second and fourth Thursdays, I have CQ Chit Chat, which I do, just, like this, like your happy hour, Jason. Just get together with people. There may or may not be a subject, see what happens.
Cool.
And then every Tuesday, as long as I have videos, I'm putting out videos with the Tuesday Night Premiere playlist. And I have gone up another 6 subs since we started. I'm looking at 1,200 now.
Nice.
Hopefully, I'm at 1183. So let's see if I can get another 17. Get that number bumped up there. But that's it for me. It's going to be a great new year. I have a video coming out at Tuesday evening before. Well, I'm sure Tim wants to talk about it. I'll let Tim talk about what's happening Tuesday. But thanks for having me on again, Jason. And
yeah, great. Thanks for being here.
And Frank, if you would drop my link, I have it in the Zoom chat for you.
Yes, I've been doing that already. Yeah. Let me do that one more time.
Thank you.
Anyone else
nice job, by the way, Frank, because I picked up about 10 on this live stream.
Nice.
Very nice, Bill.
Thanks.
So Frank kind of alluded to it. We have a group of creators, newer creators, who are putting out premiere videos Tuesday nights and Thursday nights, leading into the Clubhouse and the Coffee and Ham radios. We last week kind of took that opportunity with the Clubhouse being on vacation and hijacked their time slot. and did a live stream and had a pretty good, fun, productive time. And we're going to go ahead and do it again this Tuesday night. We're roughly loosening. This is all subject to change, and is the ham radio kids table. If you could always think back to all your family get-togethers, where was all the fun at? It was never at the table with all the old people. It was always out with the kids, right? And that's the kind of thing that we are trying to bring. We're a different group of guys. This isn't your grandpa's ham radio anymore, and we want to kind of attract younger people into not just the hobby of ham radio, but electronics and maker and fun stuff like that. So one of the things I've kind of been batting around the idea is like, let's take these videos, these premieres that we're doing, and then use this live stream afterwards to kind of talk about them, have the creator that was in there, have feedback from the chat and stuff like that. So we're going to do it again, like I said, this Tuesday, but we will try to find a time slot where we can slide in and do a regular live stream. Once again, just work. So if you are thinking about YouTube and you love doing ham radio, reach out to us. And we can certainly help you get started in getting a YouTube channel and getting out there.
Awesome. Thanks, Tim.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. All right. Anyone else for something that's coming up soon?
I wonder if we can get these last two numbers to roll over.
Frank's got 2 more subscribers, guys.
I've gotten 5.
There we go.
No, I know that, but you need 2 more is what I mean.
I need 2 more.
I mean, you need 2 more. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, good.
Dropped in the chat again.
Yeah. So, Bill's channel is in there. Thank you, Mike N8YO. Frank's channel is in there. Other Frank.
Thanks, Mike.
Guy who has the unfortunate name of also being Frank. That should be your channel name. There it is, 1200.
Hey! That's the note. That's a good note to end on.
It's the power of YouTube right there.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen. That's right. So, and go ahead, Frank, main Frank, drop in the link to Prep Hand Paul's live stream. So, Prep Hand Paul is live now. You guys go check him out. We will catch you sometime this week. I'll have a video tomorrow and on Tuesday, and then we'll probably catch up with you guys on Thursday after that. So 73 all, thanks for being here in the chat and on the Zoom. Everyone have a good New Year's. I'm sure I'll talk to you between now and then, but if not, have a good Happy New Year. 73, guys.
73.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.